Hello! Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our very first episode of the Lifeguide show. On this show, we endeavor to entertain, educate, and enlighten you.
Damn, Hafiz, that's a lot of alliteration.
Okay, and that is a lot of lag from you.
Hey.
All right. Okay, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Tiffany.
Okay, and my name is Hafiz, and we'll be your host for today.
Yes, and we
So,
all hope that you're staying safe, staying home during this circuit breaker period. Hafiz, have you been wearing a mask?
no, because I haven't been out of the house, so I'm just at home, bro.
Dude, what have you been up to this circuit breaker period?
I mean, like, I'm waiting for my NS, so I'm just like at home,
Ooh.
trying to fill up my time. But you know what I
So wait,
do?
when are you enlisting?
Me, I'm enlisting in on the 20th of July. So like NS
Damn,
is
all the
kind of like
best.
affected by the CB period, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have like stay home, all of this like BMT at home. Like, how's that
So
gonna
what are
work?
you? Uh, I don't know. Maybe you should start doing some workouts. I've been up to Chloe Ting workouts. I've been working my inner thighs. They're showing progress. Let me just tell you that. And I'm trying to lose weight this circuit breaker.
Oh, okay. I mean, at the start, I wanted to lose weight, lah, but I just like, well,
Hey, come on the
lazy.
right
But
track.
yeah, it's hard to meet
Yeah.
friends nowadays. So the platforms that I use is just Skype. House party. That's like on the rise right now, where you
Yes.
can play
Yes. No,
games.
but I heard there was some like house party scam going around. So stay safe, guys.
Oh
Don't give your
yeah,
information out. So scary. So
yeah,
so
true.
scary. Yeah.
But
And
then right.
also, I've been cooking. Let me just tell you that. And I just want to say I'm a pretty good chef.
Oh, chef, good lor.
I am a chef.
Right.
Dude, I've baked
Anyone?
carrot cake. It's so good. I've been baking and
Really?
cooking and yeah.
So what
How
is
about
this like
you?
an
Do you know how to cook?
advertisement for you, for yourself? Like, oh, she's single. Please hit her out. Hit her
Excuse me, what
out.
are you trying to say? Why are you attacking me? Why are you attacking me? Dude, I feel so attacked on so many levels. It's okay, I don't need a
Which
man.
level?
I don't need a man. I can be single and happy.
Yeah,
How's
but
your
like
girlfriend, dude?
what do you mean?
How's your girlfriend? With circuit breaker and everything. You
It's
guys
good.
can
I
meet
mean,
up.
like, yeah, but we do
Struggles.
Skype and stuff like that. But yeah, like ways that people are trying to meet up is also through games. Like literally inside the game, they meet inside the game. Like
Oh,
what I
yeah.
do with my friends is also we play Minecraft. Wow, that's
I
really
play
fun, man.
Minecraft too, and it's really fun.
But
I
you
play
do you play on
Hunger
servers or
Craft.
like
Yeah, servers.
oh
I play on a Hunger Craft server,
lame
and it's
lame.
so
You don't have
fun.
your own
What do
ideas, right?
you mean? How is that
Play
not my
survival.
idea?
It's better. Server.
It's so
It,
fun. Oh my gosh.
like we actually create our own like we made our own house. After that we survive on like eating cows and stuff like that.
Nah,
You
Hunger
don't
Craft is
need a
the
server,
best.
you just
You get to
okay,
find
whatever.
chests and you get to kill people. Like the competition is there, and I'm a very competitive person, so I love playing Hunger Craft. It's like the game to go to. And I also play
Wow, okay
what is that new
lor.
game? Um, CS:GO. Call it
You play
CS:GO. Um,
CSGO.
yes, I
Serious
tried, dude.
wow,
I tried.
wow,
I tried
marvelous.
playing CS:GO.
I'm
Ah,
gonna
call
clap
me
for
the
her
gamer
lah.
girl, honestly. Just need like some headphones.
Good
Put
job.
on some headphones. I got a whole damn setup.
Alright.
All
But then
right.
like like you don't have do you have a job during this circuit
So,
breaker
blah,
period?
blah. So I used to actually work as a temperature screener, but because of the circuit breaker and everything, so they don't have any more jobs available. So yeah, I've been just doing my own projects. Check me out on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube videos on my own channel, and yeah, that's about it. Helping my
So
mom
so
out
how
at
how are
home.
you like handling like your finance and stuff? Like we don't have like a source of income now. So like do you
Yeah, that.
know what to do with your money?
Honestly, I've been online shopping like crazy. Do you know there's so many deals out there? It's crazy. My bank account is hurting. Like it's really, really hurting right now. So yeah. How about you? What have you been up
Well,
to finance wise?
that's kind of sad, bro. That's
Hey,
really kind of
but
sad.
at least I still have a decent amount in that bank account. A decent amount.
That's good for you then. Okay, so like I know you don't know how to manage your money. It's obviously
Me?
that is why on today's
I probably
episode we'll be talking about being a financial advisor in Singapore, so they can actually advise you financially on how to be better at finance. Yeah, on your
Okay,
own
Hafiz,
financing.
what do you think of when you first hear the word financial advisor? What comes to
Uh,
mind?
money, like how to
Money.
manage money. That's what I think. Yeah.
But honestly,
How about
for
you?
me, like, what is a financial advisor and what's an insurance agent? Isn't it like both money wise? Okay, I'm bad at math, so I really don't know anything about this topic. Not gonna lie. I'm like completely clueless.
I think for me, it's important to plan ahead so that you know where your money goes to and how much you need to work for it, so that you can
True.
actually have like extra money on a rainy day or like enough money to purchase like I mean in the future when we're married or before we get married, we can like prepare to get
Yeah.
a house, all of that. So that's important.
Yep. And especially because we just graduated, we're slowly moving into the workforce. I think it's about time we kind of knew about finances, don't you think?
Yeah, especially for me. Yeah. But all
Why?
right. Well, it's true, right? Like, it's very hard, It's hard to earn money and it's hard to actually do stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, Alice Teo.
Hi,
Welcome to
Alice Teo.
our Yeah,
I hope you're
welcome
enjoying
to
our
the
our
Lifeguide show.
banter.
Yeah,
I hope you're
it
staying
has been
safe,
a long
staying at
time since
home.
I met this girl, so like, we have a lot
Yeah.
of
I
talks.
haven't seen Hafiz in months, honestly, months.
Oh, hello, Stephen Wong
Hey,
Kok Hao.
Steven.
Hello. Hello. Thanks for joining us on this live guide show.
Life, telling you more about life, sharing about life. Yes, and knowing
Yeah.
more about our lives as well. And how we're bad
Do
at
you have any
finances.
friends in like the finance center, Tiffany?
Mm, For me, not really. Yeah, most of my friends do art, like social arts and social sciences and stuff. And most of them are still in uni, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know um, much of like I don't know of any people talking about finances around me. Like the most is probably my brother, I guess, because he works in the finance sector. But honestly, don't know what he
Oh,
does. I didn't get the genes with the math and stuff. I just got more genes. Yeah.
oh. But then like, I guess it takes a lot to be like under the finance sector though. Like you gotta be good with numbers and you have to be like
Yeah.
hardworking as well to like go through like dude, if I see more than one page of like words and numbers, bro,
I feel you. I feel you, dude. I feel you on so many levels. Oh my goodness. And especially being a financial advisor, I'm sure they have to talk to people as well. So it's not about just the numbers,
yeah.
but like communicating with people. Dude, that's a whole nother thing because, everyone has their likes and dislikes. And yeah, it's really, really hard.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like
Respect,
to
respect.
to to do your job is one thing, and to actually make someone else comfortable working with you, that's another thing. And
Yeah,
especially as a financial advisor, you need to gain a lot of trust from your client. That's why I think maybe you can ask
exactly.
the people
We can ask
coming on
them,
later about it.
get to
Yeah,
know.
but so like the aspect of money, the way I feel is very important because like nowadays in this very
Daily.
money heavy world where we will have heavy reliance on money,
Yeah.
it's a hard life. It's a hard no,
But
it's
I,
life.
I do wonder, like, is money everything though? Like, do you know what I mean? Ooh,
Yeah,
who's
I
that
mean,
life guy?
oh
Oh, thanks,
oh
looking
thank
good. Oh, must be me.
Look at this girl. She dressing up
What's
at
up with your
home.
beanie? Hey, Hafiz, is it because all the haircut places are closed right now? That's why you got a bad haircut. That's why you got to use the beanie to
Oh, I
cover
have a
that
good
up.
haircut. Look at that. Oh my god.
Oh, wow,
Wait.
great. Looking good, Hafiz.
Alright. Let
Did
me
you cut
just.
your own hair?
Yeah. Like one thing, since like there's no barbers around, I usually cut my hair in Malaysia, and Malaysia is on lockdown, and we are on lockdown. So, like, I have to. I mean, I've been cutting my hair on my own, but I prefer to go to a barber because it's better lah. But I do cut my own hair, so it's easy. And I actually tried to cut. Usually, I just trim my sides, but then cut the top. Yeah,
Damn. How about like the
but
fades? You know how the guys get fades? Do you know how to fade
oh,
that
yeah,
hair?
yeah, of course, it's a
Oh.
basic thing to do.
Oh. Hey, I tried to cut my brother's hair. Honestly, I think it's not that bad, but he begs to differ.
I think it's that bad.
All right.
All right,
So,
so yeah,
finances.
say.
Let's talk more about finances. So, yeah. How's your finances going with this circuit breaker?
I mean, after like I'm quite affected because I work in events, so like
Ooh.
events are all cancelled. So like a lot of jobs are gone, and I'm basically trying to live on what I have, what I had at the
Well,
what do you call that,
at the stage
from
in
the
your
start of
life.
CB. Yeah. From the start
Yeah.
of CB. So yeah,
All right.
I'm hanging
I
on that.
think
But nowadays you
it's
eat
all
home
right.
what, so
It's true. It's true.
it's fine now.
I mean, it's not that bad. Anyways, if you need help, why don't we try bring in our financial advisors right now? Ask them for some help,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
So joining us today, our friends, financial advisors, fabulous Jia and Javier.
Real smooth,
Let's
Hafiz.
clap for
Real
them. Let's clap for
smooth.
them. Let's clap for them.
All
All
right.
right. Hello. Welcome.
Hi.
Oh, look, that
Would you like to
lag in the
introduce
clap.
yourselves?
Maybe we start off with
Okay, I think
Jiajun.
I'll go first. Hi, my name is Jiajun. I'm actually from AIA under AAG. So I'm currently a student at NUS and working part time. Yeah.
Nice. How about you, Jiajun?
Okay, hi, my name is Jia Ting. Usually, most of my friends call me JJ because it's a lot easier to remember. Yeah, so I graduated from NTU MBS in December 2018. So I have been a full timer for about one year, 3 months, 1 year, 4 months. Yep.
Nice. How about Javier?
Hi everyone, I'm Javier from Prudential. I've been a financial consultant. This is actually my second year as a financial consultant, and I'm also a student at NUS FASS, and currently on a LOA, and I've multiple e-commerce businesses as well.
Ooh.
That's interesting. So why don't we get the ball rolling? Let's start off with the first question. Anyone can answer. So, what is a financial advisor exactly?
Yeah. Anyone.
Anyone? Just go for it. Just go for it.
Anyone. Ladies, Jiajun.
Me? Oh, okay. You mean like what exactly do we do? Is it?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
exactly do you guys
yeah.
do?
What is the job scope?
Okay.
Or like, what do they do?
Okay, I think like what the name suggests, like financial advisor, right? We are basically advising our friends and clients on their finances. So it can range from things like insurance, like what most of the people know. Wait, like what most of the people know, insurance to investments to mortgages to loans, and even to like will and trust. So we really like advise a range of services, not just like insurance, like what everyone thinks. So insurance is part of the entire like portfolio that we do, but we mainly advise anything related to finance. So if you think about anything that is related to like dollar sign, right? If you come to us or like at least if you go to any professional financial advisor, you will find an answer or two. So that's basically what we do in two-liners. Yep.
Damn, that's
All
interesting.
right. I see you have a lot of fans here on the stream as well, JJ. Look at that. Go
Yachin is also JJ,
environment.
so
Oh man, oh yeah, that's true.
It just match the name.
I guess it's both of us combined.
All right. So, you speak about like insurance and like all these money terms that it's actually pretty overwhelming for me to someone like
Yep.
knowing nothing about
Yeah.
finances. So, what age do you think people should start learning more about finances and money stuff?
I think there's no like hard and fast rule as to like what age should they start. In fact, the earlier they start, the better it is. Because I think I'm speaking from my own experience. For example, if we talk about like money in terms of investments, let's say if my parents were already like investors since young, I would have already been exposed to like money and like investments like right from like maybe like when I'm born. And so the conversation that I have as compared to my friends who have no exposure is completely different. Anyway, my parents are not like financial literate one, so I fall between the people who are like the late boomers lah. I would consider myself as a late boomer who's only started like in uni. Yeah, correct.
Ooh. So, would you
Alright.
say like we should start during secondary school? Is that a good starting age?
I would say why not? I mean,
Oh,
as in
yeah.
I don't think like it's a yes or no, but it's like a why not. If you can, then why not? But if you think that
Yeah.
it's still like not suitable for you at that age, right? Then you can start at like JC or like uni or after like graduation. I don't think like there's a right or wrong, but I think definitely once we like step into the working world, it is a must for us to like learn about it, because I think we are just living in denial if we are not lah. Yep.
Oh, nice.
So it's basically it depends on the
I'm not.
individual's financial maturity, right? Is that a term?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's a term.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
financial
yeah,
maturity.
correct. So financial maturity. So if they're like financially mature, then they will have started like way earlier. But like what I say, some of us are like late boomers. So if you are starting at like age, I would say that we have to start, like we must start knowing about like all these like financial terms, maybe like age from like 23 to 25. This is the age that we have to start knowing. Like it's a must. But before that, it's an option. Yep.
Nice. How about you guys,
Alright.
Jiachin and Javier? When do you guys start knowing about finances? Do your parents bring you up knowing about all these like finance terms and stuff?
For me, not really.
For me, actually, okay. For me, actually, I started out quite in a unconventional way. I was first introduced into derivatives, options, in fact. It's actually, it was a very speculative kind of thing, but I lost some money, and then that's when I was introduced to my friend into value investing, and that's where it actually sparked my curiosity in all things finance. And before I knew it, I was already brought into the finance industry by my close friend. So right now I'm on my second year as a financial consultant.
Nice. He must be a very good brother. All right. How about you, Jiachin?
For me, not really, because my family aren't really financially literate, so they are in quite a lot of debt. I think since young. So for me, it's like I know that I have to manage my money properly since secondary school and JC, because I know that they are not doing very well. So I've been quite careful with my money. So then as along the way as I grew up, I realized that I need to learn how to manage my money, because what if I don't get paid well? Yeah, so managing money is one thing that I need to learn. So along the way, I just grew up learning that managing money and your finances are very important. Yeah.
So I know for Javier, right? Yeah. Oh, Hafiz, you want to ask a question?
No. Sure. Continue.
Okay. So I know for Javier, you study at NUS FASS, which is the Faculties of Arts and Social Sciences. But now you're in the finance sector. So where's the link with that?
I'm in the Faculty of Arts and Social Science, and actually I'm majoring in econs. So
Oh, interesting.
so yeah, that's plus as many might have this misconception that you have to study finance or finance related subjects in school to be a good financial advisor. But in fact, if you look around at many of the successful uh, and popular financial advisors around, many of them are actually have not studied finance related subjects in school as well. So I would say that actually finance is something that anyone and everybody could learn about as long as they are willing to take the first step to start.
Nice. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about the job. Hafiz, you got any questions for them?
All right, yeah. So like you mentioned, you didn't have what do you call that? The background in financial advising. Yeah. But what are the qualifications needed? Like what kind of person do you have to be, or like what skills do you need to have to actually be a financial advisor?
Anyone can go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah.
I think as long as you're willing to learn, because ultimately you have to take like a main 4 papers before even RNF. RNF meaning like be a legit financial advisor. So the 4 papers will talk about the main general insurance that there are in Singapore, life, death, critical illness whatsoever. So once you're done with that, then you can actually become a financial advisor. But from there, then it's up to your own, because ultimately you are still, in a sense, self-employed. So it's up to your own willingness to learn and value to your customers, your clients, basically. Yeah. But basically, the basic requirement is just the 4 papers. Yeah.
Ooh.
I
So
think,
was it very
uh,
hard
I
to
think
complete it? Oh, sorry. Just continue.
Mm, I mean, I'm from engineering. I mean, I study engineering, so if I can copy it, I don't see why not. You can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Jia.
I think last time the barrier of entry to like financial services industry is like relatively low. Like last time as in like probably like decades ago or like 10 years ago. That's why we always know financial as like uncles, aunties, like those like annoying people lah, like in general. So
Mhm.
I think right now like number one, MAS has actually like tightened the rules to becoming a financial advisor. So they actually require us to pass this 4 tests, which is most commonly known as like M9, M9A, M5, and also health insurance. So only when we pass these 4 papers, right, then we can become a financial advisor. So it's not just like any like, let's say for example, if my mom, even if she wants to be a financial advisor, number one, she doesn't like know a lot of English. And then number two, right, she's already like 40 plus. Oh no, she's like 51 this year. So if she wants to be a financial advisor, right, the barrier of entry is already very high. Because if you can't pass the 4 papers, you cannot be a financial advisor, like period. So I think right now what they are doing is actually like getting rid or like making this industry a more professional one, making sure that the people inside are like legit people who can advise well. Yep. So I think that's why I would say that now we are in the era of like financial industry or like financial services industry like revolutionary. Yeah, because now right now if you can tell like our friends as in like graduates are mostly the ones in the financial services industry as opposed to last time only like uncles and aunties are in. So we are becoming like more professional. Yep.
All
Nice.
right. That's a cool take
So
on that.
yeah. How did you guys get into this line? Like when do you guys know you want to be a financial advisor? Was it like a childhood dream? Or like what was okay, why don't we start off with what's your childhood dream?
Uh, who first? Me? Oh,
Yep, sure.
okay. Actually, I don't really have a childhood dream. Basically, it's just to have fun. So I've been like having fun my whole life, I would say. Then just wanting to like meet more people lah, in a sense, and to know more people. Because I think making more friends helps me live life better in a sense. Because you learn more stuff. Yeah. Then
True.
after that, yeah. Then in a sense, I would say actually financial. I mean, financial advisor, right, it's not only like your finances, like helping you manage your finance, but I would say like it's more of a life skill. Because in a sense, we help you to get through with life. Yeah, so that's why I think I decided to join it because we're helping people to get through in their life, even starting off as basic. So how I got into this industry is because I think I was having a meeting one day in hall. I was staying in hall basically in NUS. Then my mentor now is actually also in hall. So it's just a 5 minute like, hey, I join you Then it just grows snowball until I'm here, basically. Yeah, so that's how I came to this industry. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Shout out to Lucas.
Maybe I'll go next.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, as I mentioned that I actually have multiple e-commerce businesses, and actually they are all doing pretty well. But at a moment of point in time that I realized that being able to sell online and speaking to people and convincing people in real life is a whole different thing. And that's when I realized that that was my shortfall. I couldn't communicate as well. I couldn't convince people, and I lack that human communication skill that I I viewed to be pretty important. Even you look at Mark Zuckerberg, he was quite introverted person as well. But look at him today. He's speaking with audiences in sizes of tens of thousands of people. And that's when I realized that being able to have this communication skill is pretty important. And combined with what I know in finance and whatever I learned in school, that I realized that, this could be the job that could help me grow in terms of my personal development. So, and
Yeah.
if I do it well, I could also help people and be rewarded monetarily as well. So to me, that was a no-brainer job.
Nice. So basically, you get money, you get better experience. So improve as an
Better as a
individual,
whole.
as a whole. Yeah. So how about you, GJ? Judging, like I see through the comments, like a lot of your friends really say that you are a really good person, that you're the nicest friend. Did that like inspire you to become a financial advisor, to actually move on from just advising your best friends to actually people that you don't actually know?
Should I answer like why I joined in the first place first?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like
sure,
my
sure, sure.
childhood.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Can.
maybe yes. I don't really have a childhood dream, but I always wanted to work in banks because I think it's damn cool. Like when I go to bank and then like everyone like have to line up and things like that. So like since young I always thought like working in a bank is very cool. Yeah. Quite lame lah. But yes, so I think finance or like math in general, like I'm quite keen because like since young, like I've always been like doing well in math in general. So I think it has always been like an interest, as opposed to maybe people who like arts, they're like, oh my god, I can't do numbers. But to
Yeah,
me,
that's
like
me.
I really like yeah, like I can't do numbers, but I just feel like math, I mean, me and numbers like gel quite well together. So I think that was like the approach that I was going. That's why I went to like Nanyang Business School also, which was like more like numbers, business related. Yeah, I guess. Yep. So I think things took a turn when I was on exchange, cause I actually went to Netherlands for exchange. Yeah,
Ooh.
and because my family wasn't like the like what I told y'all, like they wasn't like the most like financial literate. My mom is a housewife her whole life until like I went to like uni. Then she started like taking odd jobs. And then my dad has been like taxi driver his whole life. So our family condition is just like average, I would say, or like slightly below average because we have like 3 kids. Yeah, so it's like a family of 5 plus, relying on like my dad's taxi driver's pay. So I think when I wanted or made the decision to go on exchange, right, I knew that my family couldn't support like what I wanted. So in turn, I worked 1.5 years and saved up about like 18K, like in 1.5 years, and it's purely by hard work. So like I have like tuition, I do like interns, and then I have like part-time jobs. I was like holding like 3 to 4 jobs like at one go. Yeah, so
Whoa.
I think like money has always been like a very important thing to me, not for the money, but what money can do for my family. Yeah, so I think it was like just nice where like I was on exchange, and like in Europe, like people just like sit there and like drink coffee. It's true, like
Yeah.
every day they just have nothing
It's
to do.
true.
So yeah, it's true. Like so basically, I had a lot of time to think, and I solo traveled to like 2 countries, so I had a lot of like free time to myself. That's where I really like started to think like whether marketing is the route that I wanted to go, cause I came from like a marketing spec. Yeah. So I was thinking, is marketing really the route that I want to go? And I guess like the conclusion that I came out with for myself, right, is the speed of my success, right, must be faster than the speed of my parents aging. Cause I see my parents like aging like a lot faster, and like they're like 50-ish already. And it's time for like me as like a daughter, right, to step up and to help them with like family finances lor. That's where like I decided to go into sales, and everything else like just fall into place. So I would say that honestly speaking, I came in like for the money initially. Money is something that was really attracted me to this industry lah. Yep.
That's super
Yes, to
interesting.
answer yes, I forgot what's Hafi's question really. I'm so sorry.
All right. How do you move on to actually, like, I've seen the comments. Like, you have a lot of friends that really say
Oh,
that you're a genuine person. So did that actually help
I
you
think they're
in?
joking.
Okay then. All right. So what? Okay, since you have all had some experience in the what do you call that? The financial sector, and I mean more exactly is financial advising. So like, what do you enjoy about this job besides like, yeah, what do you enjoy about this job?
What's the best thing about this job?
Yeah, like being a
Aside
financial
from the money,
advisor in
maybe.
Singapore, what is your
I think
most enjoyable
I
thing
think
about this job?
the best thing about this job is that we get to work anytime we want to. Yeah. So like yeah, I love it. I wake up at like 5 plus like every day. I reach the
PM
office at
or
like
5 a.m.?
7, like 5
Nice.
a.m. Okay, I
Oh,
reach the
okay,
office at like
5
7
a.m.
plus. Yeah,
Okay.
I reach the office at about 7 plus a.m. like almost every day. And I work until like 11 p.m. and I love it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
I guess like if me as a corporate, right, if I'm working like that kind of hours, I'll be so angry. Like I'll be like, I need a pay raise. Like, can I like get this? But me as a financial advisor, like I can decide like what time I want to work. And because I have the flexibility, I decide to work as early as possible and end my work as late as possible. And I really enjoy it. So I think that's like the
Wow.
greatest thing. Yeah, and it's like, for example, if my friend tell me like, oh, I have a store opening at 1 p.m. on like a random, like say Monday afternoon, I can just go and like visit and like buy a bouquet or like, just like an opening gift. Like I don't have to be like, oh, I can't because I'm like tied out at work. So to me, like that is like the best thing because I get to like build relationship like as and when I want with my friends, and I get to work like as and when I want to. Yep.
That's
Okay.
crazy. You're kind
We
of like a
have this
robot.
question. Yeah.
All
We have
right.
this question for Javier. Are you able to share some specifics of your e-commerce business?
And can they get on board?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I do a lot of drop shipping and some private label brands as well. So it's basically selling something first, and then when the order gets in, that I then purchase and ship the order directly to the buyer. But there are many specific tiers as to how in depth this business can go to. How can you get on board? Definitely you can. In fact, if you go on to YouTube or anywhere, in fact, Google, you can actually search on this term dropshipping, and you can find many kinds of information and guides on how you can go about doing it. But the market is relatively saturated now, so if you would like to get into dropshipping, I would suggest that you do up a lot of homework, and then you decide whether you are suitable for dropshipping or not. Hope that answers the question.
All right. So, just for our new listeners tuning in, maybe on Facebook and on YouTube, we're now talking about the job of being a financial advisor in Singapore. So why don't now we start with Xiaojun? What's the best part about being a financial advisor?
the best part. I mean, okay, other than my career wise, it's like I feel like it's just in a sense giving you commission to have fun in life in a sense because you're helping people, so you feel satisfaction from it. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely people who don't need it. I mean, ultimately, even if you're opening like a ice cream store, there are some people who just don't like ice cream. Same. So as a financial advisor, we're just there for the people who needs financial advice, who needs help with starting on their life. Because ultimately, not everyone is interested and not everyone like wants to learn. And some people are just busier with their job, maybe as an engineer, as a banker, as an arts personnel, all that. So ultimately, might as well you just give us trust us with your finances and we'll do it for you. So it's ultimately giving credit to where it's due. So I think that's one interesting part about being a financial advisor is you are just like having a lot of friends and at the same time surviving life. So in a sense, I think it's very fun because you meet a lot of people, so you're getting a lot of life experiences. So in a sense, you feel like you're getting old, but I mean that's life, right?
So it's both financially rewarding and as well as better relationships with people. Wow, that's nice.
Yes, and
How about
personally
Javier?
rewarding, I would say.
Oh, sorry. Justin, sorry.
Oh, David, that's all.
Oh, finish it. Okay. How about Javier?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing?
My favorite
Since
thing
like
would
you
be
have
actually. Sorry. Yeah, you go ahead
no
first.
continue.
Okay, my favorite thing would be the flexibility in time, and as well
Ah.
as the flexibility in crafting your solutions for your clients as well. Because not everyone will require the same amount of time uh, to solve their problems, and they might not even have the same views on solving the problem. That's where being a financial advisor and being in an agency where you have many financial advisors team together to help each other craft different kinds of solutions and giving different opinions on their take on the problem, and as well as the flexibility in time to meet your clients and prospect whenever you want and whenever they need you. So this works in really well with my e-commerce business as it's always online. So the transition between that business and into the financial advisory business is quite seamless, I would say, and that's what I love about it.
Nice. All right. So,
Cool.
you guys talk a lot about clients, right? So, how do you exactly reach out to clients? Do they come to you, or do you like go to them? How does that work?
I think we are still in the era of nobody will wake up one day and be like, oh, it's like insurance day, or like, oh, it's like investment day. Like no one like does that unless like there's like trigger events. For example, like, oh, my uncle went to the hospital that day, and then like, oh, I need to get like hospital like insurance. But on like day-to-day basis, no one will wake up one day like wanting to get insurance, wanting to, like start investing. So I think in Singapore we are still like quite passive, as in consumers are still quite passive. And precisely because consumers are extremely passive, if we adopt a passive approach, right, basically you'll be go out of business like soon. So I would say that the primary approach is still a very active kind of approach, whereby either like we call our friends, we drop a text, like we Facebook DM them, we Insta story them, that kind of like approach to like reach out to people. So I think what the main difference between like what we are doing and probably what the financial advisors in the past are doing is that now we are more of like a building more of like a personal brand. So on and this can be done like what Javier said, like e-commerce, social media, right? All these are platforms that we can like build our brand, and from there like we get like passive people who wants to like do up their insurance and investments also. So I would say that once you do these two right, then you'll get not just your active approaches, but passively like people will start coming to you also. Yeah, but that takes
Nice.
time to build and take time for people to like accept that, oh, JJ is a financial advisor. Yeah.
All right. So now, for the new listeners tuning in again, one more time, we're talking about the job of being a financial advisor in Singapore, and we were just talking about, we were just talking about how JJ,
The clients
yeah, the
that they actually
clients,
face.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I
So,
do know
what
that
are the?
Javier. Oh, I do know that Javier is not really a social media person. Am I right to say?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, so I do know that Jia Ting and Jia Chin do use social media to reach out to their clients. So how do you what platforms do you use to reach out to your clients other than social media?
As I mentioned, right, I have multiple e-commerce businesses as well. So a few niche that I'm in my e-commerce business are niches such as maternity niches where parents would buy childcare stuff for their kids or for their infants or even for themselves. So I already have a group of clients of a specific demographic. So that's where I value add to them. Other than selling them things that I need that they need at a good price and at their convenience, I can also upsell to them on my additional service as a financial advisor and how I could value add to them and to their lives so that they can, have lead a life of financial freedom and without financial worries. So that's where the bulk of my clients come in. And on top of that, when they appreciate my service, and that's where passive referrals do come in. They refer their friends, and that's where you slowly build up your client base and your clientele.
Nice.
So it's kind of like word of mouth, lah, in a sense, between your clients.
There was an initial pool where I had to reach out to them, but yeah, subsequently they do see the good work and the work that I put in them, that how it could benefit them and their families. So that's where they start referring their friends over.
Nice. So I'm pretty sure all of you have already have quite a bit of experience with clients. So like, what do you think is the difference between younger clients and older clients? Like, what are the differences between them in your experience? Any of you have anything to share about that?
I think Javier can go first.
for-
He has the most experience.
Me? No. Okay, for me, I do tend to notice the trend where older and more mature clients or prospects, they tend to be more urgent about, solving their financial problems, where younger audience and sorry audience, younger prospects and younger clients, they don't have the sense of urgency. They always say that I can wait, it's not so urgent. So the funny thing is that the older clients will always regret not starting younger, and the younger ones would say I can always start later. So it's kind of a cycle where people always regret not starting out earlier. So that's where something that I will always push to my younger prospects and clients. The best time to grow a tree was 30 years ago. The next best time to do it is now. It's not 30 years later. So that's something that we all struggle to convey over to our younger clients. Is to have is
Yeah.
to have the sense of urgency to start earlier.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just like that meme, just do it,
All right.
How about the others? Any other thoughts on this on the topic? On the
I
subject?
think people like our age, like I would say like millennials, they actually like are quite like savvy. They actually like read a lot online, like Seedleaf, Dollar and Cents. So they actually are quite like well versed in finance, or they are able to get information online readily, which is why I think to really get like younger friends to be your clients, right? You need a lot more than just knowing your stuff. You need to really like convey to them that we are gonna be here for long, like I'm gonna service you and things like that. So it's really not just about knowledge alone anymore. Knowledge is important because anyway, like otherwise we'll just be like a lousy advisor, right? But putting knowledge aside, right, I think there's much more as compared to like serving like older clients. Cause generally I would say that older clients are like what Javier said lah, they already know like there's a need and they already know that it's urgent. So as long as you show them your sincerity, right, usually they're quite open towards you. Yeah. And especially if they don't have like a trusted advisor, they really don't mind like giving like a young girl or like young guy like us, right, a chance. But for younger people, they're a bit more like picky, I would say, because like I think like what I always joke with my friends, like you take a stone and then you throw down the, like your block, like you can just like easily hit like a financial advisor, because like so
Oh
I
man.
think like so like how do I differentiate myself from like Jiaqun, or how do I differentiate myself from like Javier? I think like that is more important than like the product itself, and things like that. Yeah.
All right. So being a
How about
girl
you,
in
Justin?
oh,
Sorry.
okay,
Yeah.
so
Continue, continue.
being a girl in like this industry, would you say there's any stigma around it?
I wouldn't really say that there's like stigma, but I think, okay, I'm saying generally, it's a generalization. I think that when we talk about investments, usually guys are a bit like, like I know my shit, like I know my stuff. Yeah, I mean like some guys. So I think in a way, probably like we need to be like extra knowledgeable on investments. Like we need to really show them that, hello, I also like know this. Then like they may put their ego down and like listen to you. So I think in that sense, maybe for investments, yes. Speaking from my experience lah, I'm not sure like for other like female advisors is it the same. But I think generally for insurance, like it's the same. Yeah. So
I
I wouldn't
see.
say that there's any stigma, but I think looking young is a disadvantage, because actually I do look quite young. I'm
Oh
24
yeah,
this
since you
year,
mentioned
but
that, like, is there like
yeah,
do the clients actually look at like financial
your looks.
advisors according to their age? Like just now you mentioned, like the younger people are more
Yep.
picky than the older ones. So like, what are your thoughts on how people view financial advisors due to their age? By their age, I mean.
Uh, my recommendation is get someone who's like about your age or like younger. For very obvious reason that a very obvious reason that the older advisors are not gonna be there like throughout your entire life. Like the probability of them being there is probably like 1% as compared to you having like an advisor who is like your age or younger. So I think in a very logical like sense of thinking, you should get an advisor that is around your age or younger, because they are the ones who will follow you through your milestones, even through your claims, your debt, maybe your CI claims, your death claims, where your investment value, money like matures. So I think, that's my take lah, personally. Yep.
Oh, so basically, like, if you like, so after, okay, touch wood, after once the person passes, right, the
Yeah.
financial advisor still help to manage the finance to pass it to the family, is it? Or
Correct. So like when you engage like a financial advisor, okay, I'm talking about like a good financial advisor. So like
Mhm.
the proper job of financial advisor that, let's say, like stay throughout. So we eliminate all the like if you leave, if you whatever, like that kind of thing. So let's say if you're like a
Mhm.
proper and a good financial advisor, right, your job is to follow your client through their entire life. So when they first get their policy from you, let's say from like 23 years old, and then like if let's say 50 years old, they have to do a claim, you have to do a claim for them. And then let's say at like 80 years old, they passed on, you have to do a death claim for them and pass it to their parents or like their family or like their kids. So that's what I deem as like a good financial advisor, to follow you through like all the claims, and to the end of your life. Yeah.
Okay, that's
So would you
interesting.
say being a financial advisor, you would stay in this line for a very long time? Like, would you ever
I
consider changing out?
okay, I only can say for myself, because I know me like the best. So I would say that I would want to stay in this industry for as long as I can, but I can never like promise my clients that I'll be here forever, because I might get like critical illness like before my clients. I might die before my clients. Like that's
That's
Oh
true.
man.
yeah. Yeah, like that's a fact. Like people asking me like, are you gonna be here forever? Like, and I tell them that, okay, I wish I could be here forever, but I can never know like when, like whether I can wake up the next day or things like that. So as much as I want to like stay here forever or like stay here as long as I can, like I can never give like 100% guarantee on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
True.
How about the rest?
Yeah, for sure. In fact, many consultants do stay on, and they do stay on to become managers, to take on managerial roles, and when they become managers, they can still in fact service their existing clients. So it's a career where you can really start off this career as your first career and end off this career being your last career. So I don't see why
Wow.
not why people can't stay on this in this career line for a very long time.
Nice.
Yeah. As in, for me, I think that like the moment, I mean, as in, so I always promise my clients that I'll try my best to be to be there for them as long as I can. So, because as what Justin said, we are not God, so we don't know when we'll die whatsoever. But we'll definitely do our best to service them. So actually, like even for us, the first time this client decide to trust their life with us, then your first thinking will be, oh, means I really have to be there for them. You get what I mean? Like there's a promise made between you and the person already. So as the first time I had my first client, I really knew that I will stay for long. Yeah. I will do my best, yeah, to service all my clients. Because they trusted me with their life, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
So, how many clients do you guys usually handle at once?
As in like per month or like from the day you started till now?
Maybe from the day you started till now, because it builds up, right? Because since you guys follow your
Yeah.
clients throughout their lives, yeah. So, how many clients would you say you have, like currently? An estimate. Just give out like a ballpark figure.
Usually, it's around new clients. There will be around 50 new clients each year.
Oh wow.
So it's still quite a manageable amount. In fact, if you divide it, each client gets 6 days of attention from you. So it's quite dedicated attention, lah, I
I've
would
never
say, for
calculated that
them.
way before.
Wow, interesting. So, do you guys ever like what would you say is the biggest challenge of being a financial advisor? Since we've already talked about like the best part about this job.
Yeah, I would say
um,
definitely the objections that you get.
hmm,
The
Do you face it
objections that
very
you get, the
often?
objection.
rejections. Yep. In the initial
And then
phase, it was
yeah,
tough. You start to doubt yourself. Yeah. But
yeah, correct. The post trauma.
yeah, yeah. But you just gotta believe that what you're doing is good, and people that
Hmm.
appreciate it, you create a positive cycle where you reassure yourself when your clients reassure you. They say, "Wow, thanks for helping me," blah 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 blah. Then you're like, "Oh yeah, it's really like you know like
I mean,
it's very meaningful work that we're doing, lah." So just ignore the naysayers.
All right. Okay. Just a reminder for all those tuning in right now. Do leave your questions in the YouTube section, the comment section, and the Facebook comment section because we'll be all answering those questions at the end of this. And yeah, we'll definitely answer and collate all the questions and ask our financial advisors in a bit. So Hafiz, got any other questions for them relating to their job as being a financial advisor?
Is it very stressful? Like from a scale of 1 to 10, how stressful is it for you?
then
10.
just kidding. Actually, it's not very. I think it's not stressful, but it's more of like like in normal, like maybe 9 to 5 jobs. The moment you end your day, you know you have nothing to do. But for us, it's like the moment you have nothing to do, we're like, oh, I need to find more. I want to do more stuff because that's what Justin said. 7 to 11. It's like you feel like the hours are not enough because you want to find more and more people to help. You want to do more work. You feel weird if you don't have work to do. Yeah, so I think stress level. Okay, I achieve 5 to 6. Yeah. So it's just like because you have to upgrade yourself at the same time, you try to find people to help. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Why don't we move on to the next section then? Maybe we'll spill some tea and have a tea time with our financial advisors. Maybe some stories
Yeah.
you guys want to share. All right. So we can start off with maybe Jiajun, what's the funniest encounter or strange encounter? Any stories of being a financial advisor you want to share with us?
Strange encounter. Um, Actually, can JJ and Javier go first? Because I'm still thinking.
Oh.
I'm still thinking of it.
I have one funny one. I have one
Sure,
funny one.
do share.
I once met this guy. He told me that, I have a lot of financial insurance policies. Then he said every year I get letters, insurance, insurance, insurance. I don't need it anymore. So one day I told him, okay, that's good thing. Why not you show me all your letters? And then I realized it was actually policies getting terminated and then switch to other companies and switch to other companies and switch to other companies. So he only had one single hospitalization plan, and it was due to his cockiness that he told me that he have a lot of insurance policies. So this is one thing that I would urge many young people to really have a look at what you have before telling your advisors that you have too much, because 9 out of 10 times you don't have anything.
Oh man.
Savage truth, but well, people got to handle the truth, man.
All right, why don't Jiajun share her story?
Any kind of stories, is it?
Yeah, you can share any story that you face as a financial advisor. Can be funny, it can be weird, can be anything. Or maybe even
Yeah,
emotional.
so-
It could be like the best story, the best person you've had like helped as a financial
Yeah,
advisor.
So there's this like quite funny story cause basically like I got referred to like my friend introduced like his boyfriend her boyfriend to me, and then the boyfriend's entire family became like my client. So initially it was just like them switching like accident plans from AIA to me because their existing advisor wasn't like servicing them well enough lah. Like the advisor just like went MIA, so they just switched their accident plans to me. And then subsequently like I did up something with the boyfriend's sister, and the boyfriend's sister's like family became my clients also. So what happened was like I just did I just like did like very simple like those like planning for them. And then subsequently I think like 2 months in, like my client like called me or like texted me and said like is like the son's hospital plan covered for this. Then I was like, oh, what happened? And then apparently like the son, right, got bitten by a hamster. Like the hamster is like damn fat. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
Oh my goodness.
Bitten
cute,
by a
right?
hamster.
Yeah. And the son is only like 7 years old this year. So like yeah, he got like bitten by a hamster,
Oh my
and it was like
goodness.
super swollen. So yeah, it was super swollen. And then after that, then I was like, oh, you went to polyclinic. And then they were like, yeah. So subsequently they told me that they are at KK hospital and they have to stay a night. Then I'm like, oh my god, why? And then they said that they have to
Because of a
like,
hamster.
yeah, they have to like
Oh,
do a
man.
surgery on the finger. Yeah, they have to do the surgery on the finger because like according to my client, right, basically it's like the hole puncher. Like yeah, the bite is like a hole puncher. So what the doctor need to do
wow.
is they basically need to clean the wound. Yeah. And the bill was like 2.5K. Like I mean, assuming there's no insurance and things like that. Lah. Yeah, the bill for that right is 2.5K. Yeah.
That's
so it was
crazy. Oh, a
yeah,
hamster
and
bite.
yeah, correct. Like a hamster bite. I swear. Yeah.
Moral of the
So-
story: please don't have hamsters.
Or keep your pets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently,
man.
like the kid was like disturbing the hamster when like it was sleeping. So I guess karma comes around.
Yeah, don't disturb people when they're sleeping. They will bite
Yeah,
you.
don't disturb. Yeah.
All right, how about Jiajun?
Okay, to be honest, I really don't have much because I just started like 2 months ago, 3. So I wouldn't say I have much experience with my client. As in, I do have my client base and friends lah to help. So I think one interesting thing I can share about me is that I had a friend that I met like 4 months ago, 5, and I just met recently only lah. I mean in hall and all that. But because of this career, it made me closer to him as a friend. So in the end, he became my prospect. At the same time, he's the one managing my Instagram for me. So from that, I feel that this industry actually help you to make a lot of friends, and also to see about, okay, not really see about, but like to really see who's actually supporting you throughout. Then yeah, because ultimately I can't deny that there's a stigma in this industry. So you can really tell that who's really there for you and who's not, which I really find very meaningful by being in this industry. Yeah.
That's interesting. So how do you juggle? Because I do know you're still studying, right? So how do you juggle both like your job as a financial advisor and school at the same time?
Wow, it was very tough. So like I okay, so I'm like I don't go to the office as early as Jia. I mean I go to 8 a.m. lah, 8 a.m. Not too bad. Because okay, so most of my days I still have school and I still have like whole stuff to do, means at night. Then most of the time I just go to office. So for example, on Mondays, I think when you're school lah, I'll go to office from 8 to 12. Then maybe 11:45, 11:50, I'll take a cab back to school at 12. Then I'll go to school all the way until 6. Then my CCA will start at 7. All the way until 11, 12, then I think prepare and do work. Then yeah. So it continues that. So it's quite
Crazy.
tough. Yeah. So only time I have to rest is actually the weekends. So
Wow.
in a sense, COVID actually gave me more time for myself because I don't have school. I don't go to school anymore. Yeah. That's all
But
online.
you still have online classes, right?
Yeah, I do.
Now he
But
becomes a
you can
full-time
spare
advisor.
yes, part-time student. Yeah. So I hardly have to spend time to travel to school anymore. Yeah. So most of the time, just like in this same place that you see me now, doing my work or doing meeting friends. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Nice one. Okay, Hafiz, any questions?
Do you have like, maybe if you have some weird experience, like maybe tough clients, like people that you had to manage, like your anger with them, like very hard
And
clients. Do you have
I
any
think I think
stories
the
about that?
toughest clients I think the toughest clients are the ones that disappeared. Yeah. I think if the client is always there, I mean if the friend is always there, or like the person is always there and you're talking to them, and like maybe the deal, like, or like the sale didn't go through, I think like that's not considered tough. Like the tough ones are those that like disappeared and you're like, oh my god, like where did like this person like disappeared to? So I guess the toughest ones are the ones that are gone. Because you just don't get like, yeah, you just don't get a conclusion. Like I mean, like we do have like conversations with like this kind of conversations with each other. So I was just like casually telling like some of my friends, I mean my colleagues lah, that I don't mind like you not being my client at all. Like that's totally fine with me. I'm totally okay with that. But I think like um it comes from like a mutual respect, that if you are not intending to do something with me, right, the least that you could do is just to let me know, like, hey JJ, like maybe I found someone else, or like maybe like not just now, like not now, and then like at least like I get a conclusion on my end. It's like for example, you ask your friend to go like East Coast Park with you on a Saturday, and the friend just like don't get back to you, like are they going or not, and yeah, and like
I
the
feel
worst
that. I
part is
feel
you
that.
see, yeah, is like the worst part is maybe like you see like that friend like hanging out with other friends at East Coast Park on a Saturday,
Oof!
and you're just like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like a step to the
yeah,
heart.
yeah. I think like a lot of people think like financial advisors were like pushy and things like that, but what we really want is just like a conclusion, like, okay, like what can we like do from this? Like, can I like stop following up with you? Like, yeah. So I think on the consumer end, like can just like let us know lah. Like if don't want, then don't want lah. We also don't need. I mean, no lah.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
correct.
She really be spilling the tea, man. How about Javier? Javier, do you have like any tough clients? How about uh your definition of tough? What's your definition of tough?
Like pretty much like what Jia Jing said. Clients that and prospects or clients that disappear. But to me, I don't take it too hard. I mean, instead of spending all this time trying to stress over why are they disappearing, why not just channel the energy towards your existing and new clients that are willing to listen and heed your advice, right? So that's the one of the challenges that financial advisors face as well, is that you always get a lot of negative energy and you just have to channel the energy from negative to positive.
Mm.
Be your own more of
Nice.
sunshine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but actually, other than
I mean,
disappearing
I mean,
clients, okay, now I Javen say first.
no, there's nothing.
I said no, cause they were talking about disappearing clients. Then I suddenly remembered that I actually have a friend that other than disappearing clients, the another aspect of client you face like clients that actually talk to you because they want to get to know you instead of actually being interested in your services.
Oh man,
So,
you
like-
have a story to spill.
No, not me, not me. As in, so it's, like imagine like maybe you post on social media and all that, and then they approach you because on the context of wanting to know more about financial advisory. But actually, along the way, they may ask, hey, so are you free to Zoom and whatsoever, or are you free to talk about your current financial situation? Then they ask you, oh, are you single? Or are you single now? That kind of thing. Oh, I want to go out soon, that kind. Then you're like, so you don't know whether you should continue talking or not, Then
Yeah,
that's why I think
especially
discerning
like
clients is
people
quite-
are commenting that you're handsome. So I guess you face this a lot, Chachin.
No, she's
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
How about
So being a
since you
financial-
mentioned that, like, have you
Yeah.
guys experienced that? Maybe Javier or Chaching, like people trying to get to know you instead of actually working with you.
No, not as popular as Jiaxun lah for that to happen.
Yeah, man. Jiajun is the prom king. Jiajun is the prom king, man.
Yeah, the phone thing, Wilford says so.
Yeah, Jiajun is most popular. Check out his Instagram.
All right, Tiffany, you had a question.
Yeah. So, because I do know you guys are all like financial advisors, right? So, do you give financial advice to like your family members or your relatives? Like, are those all your clients as well?
Yes. For
Yes.
me, my immediate family are my clients. Because we started out not having like a dedicated like family agent anyway. So once I came in this industry, then it's very natural for like them to become my clients. I think that like some people will say like, oh, I don't like to like have my friends or like my family becoming my clients. Like they are looking more for like maybe like people that they don't really know, like strangers and things like that, to be my clients. So my perspective is, if I'm so convinced about this product, or if I'm so convinced about this whole financial planning, right, shouldn't the people that I want to benefit most from are my friends and family? Because like if anything happens to like my friends and family, like I think it doesn't make sense for me to tell a stranger like, oh, you need like a hospital plan, but touch wood, anything happens to like my family, right, then they are the ones who like we have to like tank it all. So I think like it's like a misalignment or like mismatch with what we preach lah. So my immediate family are like my clients, but my relatives, they are not. So like it takes time for like people to like build trust and like your presence and things like that. So I would attribute that to like maybe like I'm not experienced enough yet, because they have been with their advisor for maybe like years and things like that, and they are just not as open. Yeah. Correct.
Nice. How about
I think like
the
since
other
you
two?
mentioned the family, right? I
Yeah.
think maybe it's also it might be sensitive. Like you want other people to know about your, especially close people to know about your finances. Maybe that might be a factor in.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. How about Javier and Chachin?
For me, yes, I'm actually managing my whole family's. No, it's not popular because my family actually has like in a sense hereditary disease. So those of you out there who don't even know whether your family has anything, please can get it checked and get critical illness ASAP. Because my family, I think 2 years ago, my mom actually got found out with like a hereditary disease. So because of that, right, my whole family can't get insurance. That's why I think in a sense it made me want to faster learn how to manage my cash flow. So as of now, I'm managing my whole family's cash flow. That's why I know where you can save and where we can spend lesser. So in a sense, they trust me with their cash flow. So I mean, since I can't service them in terms of insurance because we can't get, so the least I can do for them is to manage the cash flow. So in terms of emergency and all that, we can actually pay off some loans. Yeah. So the least we can do is insurance is to reduce the debt that you can have. Yeah. So in a sense, they are not my clients, but I'm servicing them. Yeah.
Nice.
How
Okay.
about Javier?
Yeah. How about
Oh,
Javier?
okay. Okay, for me, like what Jia Jing said, that if your immediate family, like if there were to be any mishap like happens, you will definitely be financially affected. So for me, what I did was to settle and do everything up for my immediate family. As for family members that are not so close, it, like what she said, it takes time to build trust. So that is something that I have not done yet, but looking forward to doing it in the near future.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Okay.
Just a reminder for our viewers.
Yeah.
Please
Hafiz,
do
go.
comment. Any comments
We
you
don't-
want to put, you want to, in any questions that you want to ask, because we will be bringing them at the end of the show so that you can, our advisors here can actually answer these questions and maybe advise you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So please
And
do
we're
put
not
your
forgetting
comments
about you.
down.
We see you.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
really see you.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
not ghosting you. We're not ghosting you. Yeah.
We totally see you. All the comments for Jia Jing. Yeah, we see you. They're in line. They're in line. They're queuing
Yeah,
up. All right. So, why don't we go around and maybe each one of you can share a touching story of how you guys have like helped a client, like the most impactful client you had, maybe. Starting off with Javier.
Sorry, how have I
Touch the
affected
client,
my
like the
clients?
most, yeah,
Yeah.
the most
Like
touching
your
story.
biggest impact on the client.
Biggest impact.
Too many already.
Too few.
Flex.
Hmm. I think there was one where my client, she wasn't aware of how much she could withdraw from her CPF. So I took a good look at her policies and I told her that actually, I realized that some of her policies were maturing soon. Then actually her CPF, she just reached 54, so next year she would be able to withdraw a good some amount of money from her CPF. So she said that, you know, she was thankful that she bought those policies way back long many years ago, and if it wasn't for those policies, she might not have enough money to retire today. So the funny thing is that she wasn't even aware that she had this lump sum of money that was about to mature soon. Then she told me like, even though if I haven't bought anything from you, but I learned something that I'm gonna be rewarded for my hard work, so to speak, many years ago lah. So not really touching, but like I could feel like her gratitude, towards like my help, and it's something that you feel even though you don't get like any monetary rewards out of it. But yeah, I think that's the most touching one for me.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. Okay, how
Wow,
about
judging.
yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Your touching story, other than the hamster.
I think for me, the most touching story is actually, okay, I would say that the beneficiary is actually me, like myself and my family, because my dad actually went to the hospital like late last year. Yeah, he was like hospitalized for like, what is it called? I forgot what, basically like he had some growth above his kidney, but it wasn't like malignant, but it was just a very sudden thing. So it was, oh, he's a taxi driver, what. So one day he was just like, I think it was like 12 p.m. when I was in office, and then he called me and he's like, where should I go and see a doctor? So I told him like, oh, yours, you can just go to any like GP, or if it's very serious or something, then you can go to the nearest hospital. So when that happened, like I thought it was like nothing serious lah. And then like I think like the phone call ended. Then 10 minutes later, like he called me, and then he was like breathing in like like breathing heavily. So he was like where can I go? Like where, he keep asking like where am I? So like when I knew like he asked me like where am I, means like probably like he couldn't like get to where he wants to like by himself. So basically like a long story short, like we went to like Tan Tock Seng and things like that. And then there was like a major ops that happened like last month. And from like this whole like entire I would say this entire series, I saw how the bills piled up. Because personally I also like never really have experience of this thing called a high dependency ward. So there's like, all of us only know like class A, B, C, and then like there's like private or like ICU. But there's actually this ward called like high dependency ward, which is in between like ICU and like the normal wards. So it's where like you need like monitoring, but not as close as like ICU and not as critical as ICU. So when my dad first got hospitalized, he was in the high dependency ward for about like I think 4 nights. Yeah, quite like, and like it's not like a choice where you can be there or you cannot be there. Basically like they'll just put you there and tell you that okay, you need this for his condition to be stabilized. So I saw how the bills piled up, and like I think through this entire thing, like we claimed like easily like 30K. Actually more than that, the surgery itself was already like 30K. Yeah, so like the hospital bill, and also like he stayed in community hospital, because once he finished his surgery, right, our entire family, we are either like working or studying, so nobody had like time to like like take care of him, and we don't have like a helper at home. So he stayed in community hospital for 1 month, I think 3 weeks to a month. Yeah, so this entire episode, like the claims just came in like a few days back for the community hospital run. The community hospital alone, right, was 18,000. Yeah,
Wow.
so
Wow.
yeah, so correct, and everything is like settled by insurance. So I think like out of this entire like big bill thing that I went through, right, the beneficiary is really like my family. Cause if not for this like small little like insurance that costs, okay, I'm not gonna say how much it costs, but like that costs like so minimal, right, the payout is like so much more than like what we can like afford. Yeah, because I was just telling my mom like, if not for like insurance, or if not for me being in this industry, right, chances of them getting like insurance is probably like 10%. Yeah, so I mean additional insurance like on top of what they already have. Because honestly when they sign, I just say, hey, this one good lah, you just sign. Like it's a hospital plan, you just sign it. So yeah, because like they're my parents, so and like like they just like don't want to like hear so much. So I just say, never mind, you just sign and you pay can already. Yeah, so
Man.
hey, fun fact, I buy insurance for my mom also. Yeah. So I
Honestly,
paid
hearing
for
this
some of my
story,
mom's
right,
insurance. Yeah.
awesome, yeah. I also want
Yeah,
to
so
get insurance now.
But I think
Can get it for any of us.
I think it's not about like getting like more insurance, but whether like you are sufficiently covered. Honestly, like if you are sufficiently covered, then I think whatever like you are doing now is like good lah. So I think it's more important to sit down with like a professional like advisor, then at least like be open about it, go through whatever things that you all have. So at the end of the day, when like for example the advisor say like, oh, maybe like your shield plan needs a rider, and you choose not to top up that rider, you know that it's a conscious end on your end to not top up the rider. So when like things happen, right, you won't like come to this point where you regret, like what Javier said, where you regret, oh my god, I regretted not sitting down with an advisor, like because you already made a conscious choice like back in 2 months ago, 1 year ago, not to do it. So there's like nobody's fault in this. But if you are very like resilient towards like financial advisor, right, basically like you are just like being ignorant, and choose not to like face the reality, which I mentioned like from the start. Like, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for loving this live stream. I saw the comments.
Yep. By
Yes, thank you, Ngoi
Zhicheng.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So how about you, Jiajun? Any touching
Um,
stories?
I wouldn't say touching. It's more of like stories that inspire me to want to do better for people. Because I recently had a client. I had no choice. You know when you get a policy, right? You have to fill in a sense like within 14 days, if you decide not to have it, you won't have it. So he was my client. He was my friend. And then I decided to set up his portfolio for him. But afterwards, he told me that he couldn't do it because he has to amputate his leg at the age of 22. So then it hit me hard that if only I met him earlier, then I could do something for him. But because he didn't have a friend that does financial advisory, and then his family don't believe in it. Of course, as in contrary to popular belief, okay, I know everyone has a stigma that insurance is not good, especially the older generation. Yeah, so in a sense, that's why he didn't have insurance. And then when like it really hit him, he realized that it's too late because the statement is there. Once the medical statement is made, there's no way you can go about it to change your statement or go back in time. So from there, he can't get covered, and you have to come with further risk. So then it made me realize that I want to really try to approach as many friends as I can to at least check for them. Yeah. So then from then, I actually met 4 friends who were not covered, so I managed to cover them. So it actually inspired me to want to do more. Lah. Yeah. So that's I think one interesting thing that touched me like being in this career.
Nice, nice. So, cause you said that you actually help your friends out with like financial advice and stuff like that. So does it become like awkward around your friends in that sense because of this job? Cause maybe they might feel like you're trying to sell them stuff. In that sense. Is there any
Mm,
like weird tension around that? Anyone can answer this question. It's just
I
uh
I think you just have
yeah.
to laugh it off. Okay, sometimes especially at the start when I started this industry, then some friends will be like, hey, don't talk to me until you sell insurance. Then like what can you do? You just say, oh, why you don't need insurance? Ultimately, you also know insurance good for you. Mah. So I think it's really in your own belief and all that to really believe that you are doing great, doing good lah. So they'll disturb you and all that, then just leave it be. Then after all, until now, as of now, like people know that we are doing it seriously, then there's no one that will like disturb us. So whenever they need advice, we'll tell them. But if they don't, then we just go back to being friends off. And ultimately, this is a career. Anything else is a career. So even doing this talk show and all that, I don't think that it should affect our friendship as friends. Yeah. So if they don't, then okay lah,
Nice.
never mind. Let's continue being friends. Yeah.
So it's good to separate your personal lives and your work lives. It's all about
Yes. Work life.
balance.
Yes.
All right.
Just
So
Jia will say work life integration, right?
Yeah. Work-life integration. Yeah, you're
all
right.
right. So for Javier and for Jiajun, you guys
Mm.
actually started being a financial advisor while studying. Why did you make this choice instead of waiting to complete your degrees in university, then go out to be a financial advisor?
I mean, it's
Jaga.
better to do it earlier than later, especially where you're still in school, right? Where you have very little financial liabilities and commitment, especially towards your family or to be able to pay the bills and whatnot. And especially when you graduated, you have to start paying your student loans as well. So definitely makes much more sense to start earlier, especially if you already have the intention to do so. So I don't see any negatives of starting as a financial advisor while in school. In fact, it's much better to do it while you're still in school, as long as you manage your time well between school and work.
Mm.
Hmm. How about for Jiajun?
As in, for me, I think that as what Jaga said, in school you have actually much more time than while you're actually working full time. So ultimately your lessons are not 9 to 5. So you can always use it's up to you to use your time wisely. Some people may use it to gain, some people may use it to have fun. But then maybe it's up to us to choose whether we want to manage our finances or not. And I strongly believe in even before getting your money, you should know how to manage. Imagine what if suddenly you get 40 out, then you get 1 million, then what are you gonna do? So I think I always try to be I will have 1 million, so I need to learn how to manage properly. Yeah, so then in case one day 1 million comes to you, you know how to manage. Instead of like waiting for the money to appear, then you decide what to do with it. And by then you'll be too flustered because like there's your work, a lot of commitments. School now you only have school, nothing else. So I think it's the best time to actually learn. Yes.
How do you guys like? Since I mean, juggling studies and a job is kind of hard, especially if you need to tend to clients or a lot. What do you guys
Hmm.
struggle throughout the period while studying and also having this job?
Definitely a little bit.
Like, can you tell
Well,
me
it's actually
more? Tell
new.
us
Go
more
ahead.
about your experience, JJ.
I think yes, definitely there's a lot of struggle. And sometimes your clients want to talk to you or like your friends, you can't possibly turn them down. You have to help them. Because yeah, so I think it's really how you manage your time. If you decide to have to talk to this friend for maybe from 8 to 10, then from 10 to 12 hours you start studying off, and maybe you sacrifice your sleep. Yeah. I mean, you hear a lot where you say it's either you have sleep, friends, or money. So it depends on what you want to, something like that lah, and a career. So it's difficult, but at the same time it's fulfilling. So, yeah. But actually for me also, because I don't really study much, my friends all know. So I have a lot of time.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay,
You got
how
the
about Javier?
brains. Natural genius.
No, I'm not doing well though.
Oh no.
Oh man. Oh man.
Javier, how's your
Javier,
experience balancing school and
Uh,
work?
for me, I was pretty used to it, especially when I already started my e-commerce business uh, many years ago. So initially, I started off slow. I didn't allocate much time into my financial advisory business. But as I learned to manage my time better and to allocate time better towards my prospects and clients, I have learned to do it more efficiently. You know, instead of like thinking and what should I do next? What should I do next? I would plan out like what do I do, like a timetable, so that especially when I'm really limited with time, the more efficient my time has to be spent. It has to be spent much more wisely. So I would allocate and prioritize like things to do, and as I did it more and more, it got easier and easier. And I took the consensus decision to take a LOA this semester and would probably extend it much further as well. So yeah, I'm much more free lah now.
Mm.
Nice.
So since like even without the LOA, like this period is the circuit breaker period. So how are you guys adjusting? Like, are you guys really affected? Okay, never mind. We wait for judging. Yeah, judging.
Sorry.
Okay, since the circuit breaker, right? You guys, a lot of people are affected by the circuit breaker period. So like,
Mm.
how are you guys coping? Like, are you guys really affected by it as well?
Mm, I think that's the beauty of this career is that we can adapt. So maybe as a full-time worker and all, so we have to listen to whatever your companies and the directives are. If you have to work from home, you have to work from home. Or you don't work, and you don't get paid. But for us, it's okay. We know that it's like a COVID period and we can't meet people. And that's where like AI and other companies include non-face-to-face contract signing. And that's where you have to find other ways of getting your friends or clients to meet you from Zoom, Microsoft. So I think that's really the beauty of this business, that you can do whatever it takes to adapt to the current situation. Yeah. So far, I think it's okay. It's not really affecting us that much. In a sense, it even helps the client to our friends to realize that it's important to get covered, especially in times like this. We realize that COVID came on so suddenly, and a lot of them are actually struggling to go and get life insurance to get covered. Yeah, I think it's not too bad.
How about
Yeah, I think we are
Javier or
I think
Jia?
we are definitely affected in a way like what Tianxun said. Like I think all Singaporeans affected. Like no like businesses are being like no businesses are being like spared from this. So I would say that all Singaporeans are affected in this like COVID situation. But like what Tianxun said is like we are able to adapt because anyway like I think it actually helped us to explore new ways of meeting friends and clients. So because of this COVID, we actually like take a lot of our appointments online, which actually makes things a lot more efficient. So I think especially for Jiaxun and like Javier, they're both students, so they have to like juggle between a lot of things. But for me, I'm a full-time advisor, so I think that the main time that was like wasted like in day-to-day life is the traveling time. Yeah, like
Hmm.
travel from places to meet our clients. So honestly, like if we are able to take our appointments online to Teams, Zoom, Facebook, whichever platform, right, then it actually cuts down a lot on our traveling time. So I remember like one of like my Sundays, I have like 7 appointments like in a row. So it's really like first client and then like next and then next. So it's like there's no like lead time for you to even travel because you can do everything from the comfort of your home. So I think I would say that rather than like seeing it as a bad thing, I would say that it actually like allow us to explore new ways of business, like bringing more things online and making it more efficient for our clients also. So if our clients say no, then it's also like really like no obligation on their end because we cannot force them. We cannot like be pushy like online, right? Yeah. So I think it's good for them also, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. But they also got now no one has the excuse to say like, oh, I'm outside.
Can't make it.
They-
Yeah.
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 Cannot make
Oh,
it.
I'm a
Sorry,
bit
busy.
late because
Yeah.
how about Javier? Like what how are you affected by this as well?
Yeah, definitely people will be more wary and more cautious, especially during this circuit breaker period, and just the COVID situation in general, where there are a lot of uncertainties. People don't want to, make too much of a commitment, especially at times like this right now. So, instead of just focusing on the closing and the sale, we can also, reach out to more people for them to learn more, to be educated more on the aspect of financial planning, so that when they are ready, you'll be at the top of their mind, to get something from us.
Mm-hmm.
And also, yeah, like what Jia Jing and Jia Jun mentioned, that the meetings have been much more efficient, as you can do back to back meetings, at the comfort of your home. And in a day, you can meet easily twice the number of people as compared to meeting them in real life. So I don't think this is a downturn, but rather a pause for us to pivot, to reevaluate our business.
All right.
Okay, so we
So,
have another question also.
yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, because of the whole COVID situation, has the client's attitude kind of changed? For example, are they more careful with their money and like do they stop paying premiums for like policies and stuff like that?
Oh, for that, right? Actually, because of the current COVID situation, if they have to pay the premiums from like now to 6 months later, they're actually given a chance. They're given a chance not to. It's actually
Oh,
like yeah. So they if I'm not wrong, it's like the life insurance association. They actually give the clients the leeway not to pay because everyone's affected. So I mean, technically everyone's helping each other. So I think they don't have to pay premiums if they can't pay. Yeah. For now,
that's
I
good.
mean,
That's good.
when the situation subsides, they have to pay up. That's it now. Yeah.
Let me clarify that it's just a
Okay.
deferred payment. Yeah, it's a deferred payment.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
means that they eventually just to add on to what he's saying, like it's a deferred payment. So they can actually defer their payment to let's say like December when things are better, but they still have to put in the premiums eventually. So for example, if let's say your premiums is due in May, for example, you can actually choose to defer to let's say like September. Okay, and then September you can make the premium, but your premium will be due in May next year again, because that's where the financial year will have like, I mean your premium, I mean your end, it will be renewed lah. Yeah, so it's not a waiver, it's just a deferment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's like pay later kind of thing.
Yeah, correct. So actually,
Okay.
yeah, it's like credit card, you know. Yeah, you
Yeah.
you use the service first, but you pay later. Yeah, but still have to
Nice.
pay lah.
Alright,
Yeah.
so like, so all of you mentioned
Not
like
free, not
No
free.
more
interest.
efficient. No interest. So all of you mentioned that due to the CB period, like you have more efficient meetings and like to meet your clients and more clients. In fact, like Javier said, double the amount of clients in a day. So like, do you think after this circuit breaker period, you'll try to do more online meetings with your clients, or
No.
are you going to stick to face meetings in real life?
Um,
I think it's a
for
balance
me,
between the two.
give it
Yeah, it's a balance between the two. In the sense that online meetings that you can reach out to more people for them to listen and to be open to what you have to share and what services you have to offer to them to help them in terms of their finances. But for most people, I think it will definitely be much more comfortable for them, to talk it out in real life, especially when it's a long-term commitment that they have to commit to. So in the sense that our prospecting will get much easier, and real life meeting will still, you know, like be business as usual. Yeah.
How about
yeah.
for the rest?
As in, I think that ultimately, in being in this industry, it's like a people's business. So, I mean, sometimes maybe if you have no choice, then do it online. But if you can, and if I can, ultimately, it's the assurance and meeting in real life that gives your friends and all that more assurance. Because I think the real life touch is still there. Online, as of now, we are talking, but it still doesn't feel as good as being in real life. Yeah. So I think that this is what makes us different from like maybe getting insurance from the bank. The difference is that we give them the personal touch and being there to cater to their every need. So I think the most important thing is to actually to understand them and being a friend. And I don't think anyone can do that being online unless you're pen pals, then you can send letters. I think that one a bit too late. So I think meeting online is still one of the fun part of being in this industry. Yeah.
Nice.
Hearing of premium make me headache. What?
From Malaysia Review. All
Alright,
right.
okay,
So why
so
don't we
I
all
think
move
we'll
on
move
to the
on.
next section? Okay, Hafiz, go
Yeah.
ahead.
You're in
Alright,
sync.
so the next section will be more of a promotion of their services. So we'll talk more about the service, having a financial advisor. Okay, so what should someone look for in a financial advisor? What are your thoughts on that?
Mm, I think basically you have to look to someone that you can trust. Most importantly, I think ultimately is the trust between you and your like financial advisor. And also it's how the person is like. Because I think there are so many advisors out there. The most important thing is to find out someone that you can trust and actually vibe with. I mean, unless you want it to be very serious and business, then might as well have a financial advisor as a friend and as your advisor. So I think most important is to find someone that you know that you can vibe with for life. Yeah. And trust it and talk with. I think that's one of the most important thing. If not, product wise, I think everywhere is the same in a sense. The concept is the same and all that is the same. So it's just who you want to service you for life. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what Xiaojun said. And on top of what he said, I think that the values that you have are very important, that they are aligned, you know. And the experience of the advisors, uh, simply doesn't equate to the duration that they have been doing financial advisory. So talk to someone you trust and someone that has their values in line with you, so that they know exactly what you want and how they would do it best for you. So just speak to your trusted financial advisors and do your own due diligence as well. Yeah.
Nice.
How about you, Jackie?
Mm, as I agree with what they say, I think just get someone who you don't mind spending the rest of your life with, but also someone that you really trust lah. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we are talking about money. So, if you happen to like lose money or like yeah, like the person run away with your money, like that's not so nice. So, I think definitely have to find someone you trust. That's for sure. Like that's a given. And I think probably can look at like the advisor's like work ethics. Like, is he like a very serious advisor, like very dedicated advisor, or is he just like in it like solely for money? I mean, I'm not trying to say that you can be in it just solely for money. I'm not saying that it's anything wrong, but whether like the client like it or not, then that's another story. So I think that's food for thought for like consumers to think about how they want their advisors to be like. Cause I think like there's no hard and fast rule to like what kind of advisors you like guy or girl, like no ma. So I think it's up to you, but definitely have to find someone that like you trust and you like, and probably someone that like what Javier said, the values is aligned with you. I think if all three fits in, then there's like, I mean, I think it's good to go lor. Yeah.
It's kind of like a marriage when you're trying to find your financial advisor, the perfect one.
Wow, that means you got a lot of marriages.
What?
Tough.
No.
Cause you're handsome.
Oh man.
Hey, that is-
All right. So
Okay.
are there any differences between like financial advisors on like the kinds of services you guys provide? Like maybe between the three of you, do you guys all provide the same kind of service? Like the same kind of services?
I guess the base fundamental service that we all provide are as listed on MAS, but different advisors have different value adds. Maybe for Jiajun and Jiajing, they are from AAG, so they might have many different services that their organization can help to complement them and complement on their clients as well. So it really varies between your advisor. Some advisor can help their clients do many different personal things, and it really varies from advisor to advisor. So yeah, and on top of what we mentioned just now, I think your lifestyle must also be similar lah. So your advisors would know how to best plan for you and to complement on your lifestyle as well.
Nice. So would you say like a financial advisor and an insurance agent is kind of like the same thing, or is it different?
Yeah, actually the term insurance agent, I think it was coined many years ago, where you know the initial products were life policies. So it was the concept of protection where if anything happens to you, you get paid. Anything happens to you, you get paid. But as time evolved, uh, financial advisors are able to provide more solutions for their clients. So it's not just insurance, but other aspects of wealth accumulation and even wealth management as well.
Nice. Okay, so this question goes out to all of you. So basically, do you guys go? Because I do see those AIA road shows, and even Prudential. Do you guys have a lot of road shows? So do you, the people talking on the ground? Is it you guys are financial? Are they all financial advisors, or are they something else?
Oh, you mean like
Uh,
the one at the road shows? Sorry.
Yeah. The people talking to like at the road shows. Are they financial
Yeah, go
advisors?
ahead. Okay.
uh,
Yes, they are.
for Roach, yeah, they have to be
You,
financial
you go
advisors.
ahead.
Yeah, so okay, so basically like in a road show, cause I did like 3 road shows before just to like have a taste of like what it feels like. So I did it before lah. So I would say that the people that are talking or like are speaking like when you are seated down, right, they are financial advisors and they have to be financial advisors. Means they must be licensed by MAS to even like pitch like a product or something. But the people who are like for example, like, the hey, do you have 1 minute, that kind of thing, like either financial advisor can do it, or they have this group of people who is called like poolers. So basically it's like hiring like part-timers, or like you can outsource to like companies, whereby they will like have some groups of like people that actually help you to like get the crowd. So yeah, there are like financial, so but the one presenting is definitely a financial advisor. Yeah.
Okay. So I do know like you guys always give out a lot of like free stuff and stuff like that. So there are some people who feel like these free stuff might be like kind of scam-ish looking. So what are your thoughts on that? And do you have anything to say to this group of people?
You mean those giving out during roadshows?
You
is
mean
it?
during the road shows?
Yeah, the road shows. Yeah, like they always have
Um,
free stuff giving. They're giving out free stuff and stuff like that.
I mean, it is just a transaction between the free stuff and your attention. So if ultimately you don't want to, take up anything, then there's no obligation for you to do so. The free gift is just exchange of your time and attention, I would say.
it's like an incentive. Because there's actually a regulation that we can't give out more than a certain price. I think above $10 you can't give out, so that you can't really incentivize people too much. It's just a small gift. Yeah. So I won't say it's a
Nice.
scam.
Okay.
Yeah, no one is like pointing a gun at you to sit down and buy one. It's just that you want to have the free gift, then sit down and this one off. Yeah. Now this one, that's all we need.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right. Nice.
I think also
Hafiz, you got any
like
questions?
the no, I want to say something. Like I
Yeah.
think
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
like a lot of people got this view that it's a scam. Is I think it's because they also don't want to spend time on it. Then that's why they
Yeah.
view it as a scam. Like time is too
True.
precious, I guess, for them. So that's why they say, "Oh, this free gifts are a scam." Yeah,
Yeah.
which is wrong lah. It's just an incentive, like you said.
Mm,
I agree with
I
that.
agree.
So
All right. So,
you have questions?
next question. Yeah. So why don't we just give like a ballpark figure of maybe each of your fees in case anyone listening right now uh want to know how much it costs to hire a financial advisor in Singapore.
There's actually
I
two
think
kinds
all
of
three of us. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think what Javier is trying to say is there's actually two kinds of advisors, which is what we call like fee-based advisors and like commission advisors. Fee-based meaning like it's like a consultation session. So you sit down first, it's like a doctor's appointment. You go to the doctor, you pay like $30, and then they give you the medicine. So, but that is not really like widely practiced in Singapore. Yeah, mainly in Singapore we charge by like commission base, which means that all the consultations that our friends or clients choose to sit down with us, right, will not have like a single cent charge, unless like I think I'm not sure what's the rules on the fee based portion lah. So I'm not the best person to answer to that. But for us, we are not fee based. So only when the client decides to get a plan or a product with us, then we get the commission. But all the things are already factored into your policy already. Yep, including like marketing costs, marketing costs, advertisement and things like that. Yep.
Nice. So what you see is what you kind of pay for.
Yeah,
Nice.
correct.
And technically their time is a fee also. Time is money.
All right. JV, anything to add to that?
No, pretty much whatever I have to say about that.
All right, nice. Okay. So, okay, I don't know if you guys are allowed to talk about it, but if you guys are not comfortable, just just let us know. So, are you guys allowed to talk about why you guys chose the companies you're in right now?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
I guess yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can go ahead. Starting with Jiaqun.
For me, I think that, why I joined AAG is really because of like the community. So different agencies actually have like different ways of doing stuff and how they operate. Some of them decide to go cold market, that's why you see roadshows. Some decide to do like warm market, which is like your friends. So like, the reason why I joined AAG is really because the people there are really very driven. All of us are around the same age, like 20 plus 30. So that's why I feel like I can really vibe with them and learn a lot from them. Because like we are all young people that want to do well the same. Yeah, so actually funny story is I actually had an encounter with two other agencies before this, and I didn't want to join them because I think first of all is I feel like I can't learn much. So it really depends on personal preference to stay with AAG. Yeah, because like there's a lot of resources and like everyone there is willing to help out. Not saying that the other agency won't lah. Just that I think I feel younger there. I don't know. Yeah. So I decided to stay with AAG. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
How
I think
about
whatever
Jia
Jiajun mentioned
Javier?
was
Yeah.
is oh sorry. Yeah, whatever Jiajun mentioned, I think it resonates with most advisors. You join a certain team, a certain company, it's because of the community of the team that you commit to join. So in terms of products, different companies have different products, slight variations, but throughout the industry, it's pretty regulated. So I'll say offerings are slightly different, but more or less it'll be quite similar, and features are often priced in. So uh, an example would be a cheaper product might have lesser coverage, for example. Yeah.
Okay. How about Jia Jing?
Okay.
Anything to add to that?
I think it's like how clients are choosing advisors. So it's the same like we are choosing like our agency that we want to go in. So yeah, I think community is one. I think having friends who are already there like helps also because it just helps you to like ease into the entire thing. So fun fact, I actually took like papers with Prudential before. So I guess yeah. Yeah, I saw
Yeah, that's a
like
great start. Okay,
no lah
continue.
like I was at two agent. I mean, I went to see like two agencies before like I decided with AAG as well. But the main reason was really like the experience was a bit different lor. Like I feel like I could potentially like grow more there. So I think it really depends. Like it's like a marriage like that lah. Yeah. Yep.
Alright. So why don't we just we go in a circle like we go everyone will
Circle.
have some time to sell themselves. I was gonna say a circle, but then again we're not in a circle.
It's a line. It's a line. Let's go
It's
in
a
a
line.
line.
Okay, we'll go in the line. And how about you guys take some time to sell yourself, your unique selling points. And yeah, why don't we start off with Javier
Wow.
this time, from the other way,
Me?
that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
For me,
We'll start with Javier. Then after that, we'll go with Jiaqin and Jiaqing at the end. Because we have
Okay.
some
Okay.
interesting
So
question for JJ later on.
Chatting. Yeah.
Jiaqing, yeah.
thankfully
Okay.
not me.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So for me, I do a lot with business owners, with maternity insurance, with as well as lifestyle planning. As I use a lot of credit card points. So for me, if you would like to optimize your lifestyle, as in to not compromise on your lifestyle while being able to plan your finances well and be well protected, I think I could be the financial advisor that you would like to seek advice on. So if you like to, you can ask me anything. I would be able to find a solution for you lah. Quite flexible on that. Okay.
You're kind of like Yoda.
Yeah. You can ask me
Yoda.
anything.
You're the one for him.
No, it's all right. All right.
Okay. So,
So,
Jiaqin.
Actually, honestly, I think for us, we are all the same. Like we aim to be the one-stop shop to your every solution. So I think for me, okay, other than financial advisors, like maybe like insurance investment, be your friend, anything also can. You need love advice, I try my best. You need to find to go and party or whatsoever, I can go with you. I don't care. Yeah, so as in anything can you find me, I'll make sure that I try for you. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Tiffany,
Okay.
can.
What? Why me? What do you? I feel attacked again on so many levels.
Love
Hafiz.
advice. Love advice. Love
I don't
advice.
need that. I don't need that.
All right. So how about you, Jia Ting?
It's quite funny to sell myself, but basically I mostly plan for fresh graduates. So I specialize in the graduates market. So basically people below like 30 years old. That's my, I would say 70% of my clientels come from young graduates. So that's about it. I think for young graduates, they are looking more for like value, like what value you can provide them at that point in life. So for me, I do more of like value, giving value for them. So that's why I have like things like my broadcast list. I do like different stuff to make sure like I keep my clients updated, because actually like I have a few like, I mean, I do have like older clients also, and they share with me that they actually really like updates of like either like insurance or whatsoever thing, because they are not like in this industry. Like what is obvious to us is not obvious to like the consumers, so they do appreciate random updates about insurance or investments or how's the market doing and things like that. So I make sure to deliver the things that my friends are looking for, so that at least like even if they don't become my clients, right, at least they learn something from me. Yeah, so that's what I do for my friends and my clients lor. Yeah.
All right,
Alright,
JJ.
so you mentioned that you have a broadcast channel. So
Podcast.
we heard that.
Jumpstart with
Yeah.
JJ, right?
Oh yes.
We've been doing our
Yeah,
story
yeah.
on your Instagram. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay,
so
so
what is this whole thing?
basically I created a broadcast list for my friends and clients. Initially it was only my clients in it. So as the time goes, I realized that since I'm, like reading all this finance news, I might as well, like let my clients know about it. So it started with like maybe like just a few of my clients, whereby I post regular updates there. So news that I see, interesting things that may be applicable to them. So I just like post lor. Then as the time goes, I realized that why not I value add this stuff to like my friends also, who are not my clients. Friends can be like my real friends or friends on like social media. So there's actually quite a few like like I would say like friends on social media that actually join my broadcast list. Like they know me through like social media and they are in my broadcast list now. And in my broadcast list, there's a lot of my colleagues also inside, because if I know the information, isn't it good for like my colleagues to know also? And they are like advisors from other agencies inside also, like Prudential, Great Eastern. Some advisors are in my broadcast list also. And
Can I join?
my idea, yes, of
Hey,
course.
JJ, join mine anyhow.
Yeah. So like this podcast is something that, this podcast is just something that I thought of to, it's basically like a voice recording. So I'll just like voice record my clients once in a while and say like, oh hi, I hope you have been doing well. It started due to the coronavirus. I realized like because of coronavirus, which was probably the maybe end of Feb or like start of March, I realized like things were very down for them. So I decided to like, explore, like share with them like 3 things that are positive amidst this entire like virus situation. So that got me started in like doing like a 1 minute like voice record to my friends and clients, which I name it like a Jumpstart with JJ like mini podcast, which you'll see there. Yeah.
The jump start.
Yeah, so it's like
Nice.
JJ lah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you created the
Justin
logo
also,
all
you
by
can be a
yourself?
host.
I got a designer to create it for me actually. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Super cute logo.
Yeah, I'm not so I'm not so talented in arts.
Alright,
Yeah.
since
That's okay, you
said
got the math part down.
You actually record your podcast, right? So have you thought of like actually doing like your podcast like online, like maybe like this live stream or maybe on Insta Live? Have you ever thought of doing that to actually like engage more with your clients so that they can ask? I mean like
I
they
would
can
say that
personally ask you lah, but yeah, have you ever thought of
I
doing that?
I have never put like serious thought into it, but it's like a why not? Like if we go down the road and like like I suddenly feel like, oh, this might be like a good channel for me to like communicate with my friends and clients, or like it may be like a in thing now or something, then I would say that why not. I mean, I wouldn't say like no entirely, because I think for me, I'm not like a super introvert, so I'm okay with like talking to people and things like that, or like being on screen and things like that. So I would say maybe in the future, yes, but for now I have like no plans lah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, yeah, why
we'll
don't we
try
go?
the plugins.
Yeah, we'll figure out how you guys all the listeners out there can contact these financial advisors. So we're gonna flash out their details on screen. So this is Jiajun, and yes, that's how you contact him. You can find him on Instagram, and you can call him at this number. All
Yeah.
right.
We'll just
Any
repeat
words to
the
say,
numbers again. Yeah. Any words?
Yeah, so just 5 minutes at a time, just not like at night, And then, yeah, just DM me, drop me a DM if you need any help. I'll try my best to help you, like, definitely. Yes.
Wait.
All right, nice.
So
So
next, Javier Lim.
So
We'll
Javier.
drop
Yeah,
his
that's me.
contact. All right.
yeah,
Hello.
okay.
Javier.
Any words to say? Sell yourself again, one last time.
Okay. If you need any advice on credit cards, especially credit cards, insurance, or any finance advice, or businesses that you want to start, any business questions that you have, you can ask me as well. You can reach me on my handle at Javier Lim, at JavierXLim, and this is my handphone number.
844394333. Wow.
But there's a lot of
What a
pause
nice
and
number.
trees.
It's very easy number, very easy number.
8443943.
No, it's wrong. 8443943. Yeah.
Okay. So the last person is yes, Jia Jing. Okay, sell yourself again one last time.
I think y'all can follow me on my socials. I'm quite active there to post like finance news and things like that. So yeah, my social media, especially Instagram. I'm not very active on Facebook. Yep.
Yep. So it's at Jia Jing, XD, and then
That's so lame, right?
that's and then that's a number over there. Okay.
82221653. Nice. All right. So,
Okay, so now-
since we've already plugged in the socials and contacts, we'll move on to the questions and answer segment
answers.
where we have questions
Yep,
that
so-
our viewers actually sent. So we can move on
Yep,
to
and
that.
we have compiled some of them. Okay.
Mhm.
So the first question. If I am working part-time, how should I do my financial planning? Yeah, anyone can go ahead and start us off.
Time. I think it's to find the average of your earnings in a sense. Then from there, because I think part-time, one thing about part-time is that your pay is not constant. So what I always tell my friends to do is to find the average of the amount they earn over the few months. Then from there, you can actually break it down into how much you should invest, to put into insurance, and to save. Ultimately, your most important goal, I think, is to have like emergency savings. Then from there, you can slowly start managing your finances already. Yeah. So I think part-time or full-time, either way, there's a way to manage finances. Yeah.
Nice. Anything else to add on? From Javier or Jiating?
If you don't have the financial ability to commit to anything, you can just learn more. Just learn more. When you're ready, then you don't have to waste any time. For you to process anything. When you can just implement whatever you learn when you're ready.
I
Alright.
think it's important to sit down together with like a professional like advisor. I'm sure the advisor will run through with you like the things to look at, And we'll run through with you like a financial robustness test or like your cash flow like report and things like that to make sure that I mean a professional financial advisor will do that lah. So really sit down with someone, run through whether like what Javier said, whether you are able to afford it even, or whether you can like just take out a very, very small like either accident plan, hospital plan, or like a small like savings plan. So that's I think it's a very broad question, but generally just really like maybe meet with a professional and sit down. Then from there you'll know how to really like customize your own portfolio.
Nice.
But it's a good mindset.
So move on. Yeah. So move on to the next question. What's your exact job scope? We kind of have answered that in the start, but maybe you can just give like a brief liner again one more time.
In short, we advise anything related to your finances. So it ranges from like what everyone knows, like insurance to investments, to mortgage, to loans, to credit cards, to will, to trust and things like that. So that's our job scope, I would say, to just like manage your finances. Yeah.
Guiding you
Okay.
through life.
Ooh.
Lifeguide.
Lifeguide.
Alright.
All right, next question. Okay, renting
Oh, this is a
versus
good
buying
one.
a house.
Mm.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
I think that this debate started out overseas where capital appreciation for houses might not be a thing, whereas for Singaporeans is when you buy a house you have a mindset of it growing in value, especially with CPF, with your ordinary account, and with CPF, I mean HDB loans where you are able to loan up to 90% of the value of your house. My opinion is that it makes much more sense to buy a house in Singapore, not only because of the capital appreciation and as well as the ability to maximize the use of your ordinary account, which might not be possible if you were renting.
Any point to add on?
I think the mindset of or at least like in Singapore, we buy a house mainly for security also. So not everyone like buys a house to like invest and things like that. They just want a home to stay. And I think what Singapore's approach is they want to make like housing affordable for like all Singaporeans, which is why like there's BTO and things like that. So I would say that if you really go and evaluate like renting versus buying, right? Like what Javier has said, not only there's capital appreciation, but the cash outlay will not be that um taxing on your end, especially if you just started off as a, for example, fresh grad. Because I do have my friends, but they are like foreigners, so they're actually renting house in Singapore, and the whole entire house she's staying in Jurong East. So a Jurong East, a 4 bedroom will cost about like $2,000 in a month. So imagine you as a young couple, you have to like fork out 2,000 cash a month. It might be a bit too high for you, especially let's say if you're earning like a 3 or 3.5K and take home like maybe like 2.5K, and that's already 1K off your budget. So I would say that really sit down and like evaluate the pros and cons of it. But my stance is the same as Javier. I would say that buying house I would assume is a HDB lah. So I would say HDB, my preference is to like get a house, especially if you're working and you have constant influx in your OA accounts. Yep. It makes a lot more sense to buy a house. Yep.
Yeah, as in, I think I agree with them because I feel like buying a house is still better because in a sense, when you rent a house, in a sense you are paying, and there's chance that you may not get back the money. But when you actually buy a house, you are still paying for the whole flat. So even if you sell the flat at maybe 800,000, where you buy 800,000, in a sense you are still getting back the money. You get me? Yeah. So when you rent out, you're really paying for the house. You're not getting the money back. But when you buy a house, there's a chance of you getting it back. So I would still say buying will be better. But different people have different opinions lah. So Then I think that's just our 3 opinions on buying a flat. Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
so our
Okay,
next
let's move
question might be sensitive, and you can choose not to answer lah. But the next question is
How much
how
do
much
you
do you
earn?
earn? Yeah, I mean you can just give a ballpark figure and don't get into details. But if you're not comfortable with answering, it's fine also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just enough to survive.
Nice one.
I would say that what we can earn is directly proportionate to our hard work. So I won't deny that some advisors they do get like 5 digits a month. But on some month maybe they're getting like 1,000 plus or like 2,000 plus. So I would say that it really varies. But yeah, it's possible to like hit like the 5 digit range, like but only if either you have like the network or either like you put in the extra hard work that you really like strive to do for your business lah. So it's possible to really like be financially lucrative from this industry as long as you have the network or as long as you are able to like put your hard work into good use. Yep. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, Javier, anything to add on?
Personally, the bulk of my income actually comes from my other businesses. As I mentioned earlier in the show that, you know, I joined the financial advisory industry not only for monetary reasons as well, but also for reasons of, personal growth, personal development, and, interpersonal skills that I can stand to gain from this. But
Nice.
I would say that if you do it properly, don't cut corners, do your best, odds are that you would be able to earn the income that's pretty decent and probably has a slight edge over ordinary 9 to 5 jobs lah, due to the very nature of the job, it being self-employed, and income security is also a thing to be concerned about. So the pros and cons are to be weighed by yourself, but I would say if you do it right, do it well, you'll be able to earn quite a comfortable income.
Alright,
Would you,
so
Actually,
to
but I want to add
anyone,
on,
would you
right?
say like it?
Yep.
Okay.
Judging?
Hafiz say first.
Continue.
Yeah.
It's okay. You say first.
Okay, I want to add on that actually, whatever maybe your friend advisors are telling you how much they're earning and whatsoever, don't take it at face value. Because whatever you're earning is commission. You haven't counted the fact that you have your business expenses or CPF. So in a sense, right, actually when you look at yourself as an employee worker, you are taking 20% off to CPF, right? While your employer is paying you 16%. So in a sense, you're actually earning
17.
36% into your CPF. 17, yeah. So for us, right, we have to fork out 36 or 37% ourselves. Yeah. So even if we earn 4,000 a month, we have to put in 37%, so it's around 1.2k. So technically our take home is already 2.6 already. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't take the commissions I earn at face value. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like just now, Javier put like the income might differ like depending on the months and depending on how many clients you have. So would you say it's like kind of like a freelancer job in a sense, like being a freelancer?
I would say it's a hybrid where, like, for example, a property agent, most of the expenses are incurred right before the commissions, and the commissions are paid one-off. Whereas for financial advisors, the commissions are either paid monthly, and they are also recurring and renewal commissions. So as you accumulate more and more clients and serve your clients well enough, and with the renewal commissions and monthly commissions, you do get a slight uh like recurring commissions from your sale, not just at the very point of sale itself, as compared to
Okay.
like a freelancer would.
Okay. So the next
Alright,
question
nice.
that we have is how to become a financial advisor. It will be appearing
Yes.
right now. Yeah. So
So
how to
we've
become a
already
financial
known
advisor?
we already know how much a financial advisor kind of gets ish. So yeah, how do we become a financial advisor?
I think Chia Ching just now mentioned that there are different qualifications or tests that you need to do. But other than that, what you can mention that
What does
again,
it take?
and also the other
Yeah.
stuff that you need to do.
Oh, basically to be a certified or a licensed financial advisor in Singapore, you actually need to pass 4 tests, which is M9, M9A, M5, and also HI, which is health insurance. So only when you get like this 4 certification, then you'll be like a certified, like a licensed financial advisor to start advising clients. I would say that how to be a financial advisor is either you can go and like take the papers by yourself, you're actually able to do that. But more often than not, I would say maybe reach out to your friends who are already a financial advisor and get some like advice from them. Go Jia Jun was
Reach out
raising
to
his hand.
Jia
Yeah, or yes, or like yeah, just explore like different like companies, see like which agencies you like the best or you like the most or you feel like the most comfortable in. I'm sure like there's a lot of like friends out there who have like at least like one financial advisor like friend. So just approach like the friend that you know, just inquire a little bit more, know what like the company does and things like that. Then it's like buying a house lah, like you need to go like show flats. Yeah, just go and explore and then decide on like the place that you want. Yeah, cause it's a career that we're talking
So
about. Yeah.
are there like courses about courses on financial advising?
Most of
Courses.
the training are done either on a company level or agency
Mm,
level. So
Hmm.
it varies between companies and agencies, but across the board, I think there's a minimum standard to be met. So, like, as to add on top of what Jia Jing mentioned, you know, take a look, uh, go to multiple agencies and see whichever you're most comfortable with, and whichever that you think you're better fit at, and in which environment that you're best in. So, you know, if you have the intention to do it, I'm sure that many of these agencies would be willing to help you on that.
Nice. So you don't need to have like a diploma or like a degree to become a financial advisor. You just gotta pass that
Yes, you
four
do.
test.
You
Right.
do have to have certain academic requirements, like
Oh.
a diploma, local diploma, or a full
Mm.
A-level certificate. But many companies also do have tie-ups with educational institutes like PSB or
yep.
MDIS, where they have a 6 months, 7 months full-time study diploma program where you would be able to study there and you know graduate with a diploma to be qualified to become a financial advisor. Yeah. If you do not have the existing academic requirements.
All
Mm.
right. Nice. Thank you for that insight. Okay, maybe we can move on to the next question. It is, do I really need a financial advisor or can I manage my finances on my own? What do you guys think of this statement?
Why
Uh,
not have
Thank
both?
you.
I do, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, why not have
I would
both?
say
Like,
having a
when
financial
yeah.
advisor. Yeah, so you go ahead first.
No, no, you go ahead first.
Okay, okay. For me, my opinion of having a financial advisor is pretty simple. You can manage your finances on your own, provided that you have four key factors: the knowledge, the experience, the expertise, and the capital. With a financial advisor, you're essentially outsourcing three of the four. You're outsourcing the experience, the expertise, and the knowledge. So you're avoiding many mistakes and you know many different opinions that we have and problems that we have gone through before. And I believe that most financial advisors would be in a better position to advise you on that, on your finances. Sorry.
Mm,
Okay, how about the other
Anything
three?
to add on?
Oh,
I think for me, I mean, you can manage your own finances and all that. But ultimately, if you want to get insurance, I mean, you may know your stuff, can do your own research, but ultimately, you still need an insurance agent or financial advisor to help you get through the company, because it's still a risk management by the company. Yeah, so for that part, you'll still need a financial advisor to at least be your middleman to get the plans and all that, the policies. Yeah.
Yeah, my take
Alright.
is why not have both? Like when you're older, right, and when things are like not working out for you, like if you have someone who's like a trusted financial advisor, like they're like helping you manage your money, like why not? And I think it's also like good to have like second opinions. So like you can take like your financial advisor friend like words as like, oh, I have like a new perspective, and I'm just like seeking like new perspective like every time I meet like my friend lah. Yeah, so that's my take about it. Yeah, because actually us as a financial advisor, we only manage maybe about 20 to 30% of their money, like their main bulk of money. So 70% of the
Yep.
decision still lies in them in terms of like housing loans and things like that, their day-to-day stuff. So what we are managing for them is only like 20 to 30% of their entire portfolio. Yep.
Alright. Now let's move on to the next question. So
Alright,
what is
for
your
the
exact job scope? I guess we kind of have answered this just now. Sort
Yeah.
of. Maybe just one of you wanna say it one more time.
Guiding
You
you
can do
through
it.
life.
We do, yeah. Please
JJ
go
say,
ahead,
JJ say.
Xiaxun. Oh, okay. Basically,
Okay.
yeah, we manage anything related to money or finances for you. So it ranges from insurance to, I feel like I'm repeating the same thing. From insurance to investments to mortgage to loans, credit cards, saving accounts, wills, trusts. So anything related to money, we will do it. We will advise. Yeah, we'll advise on that. Yep.
Alright, let's move on to the next question. Okay, we're kind of short on time, so we're just gonna run through as many as we can before we run out of time. So, yes, the next question is any tips on how to save money? Anyone can go for it. Yeah.
I think
Any tips
more
on
important, okay. I think get a separate bank account. I think for me, what I did is that I got a Standard Jumpstart. So basically, it's like a savings account with 2%. And then I got the account, right? So I transferred my money over to the Jumpstart, right? And then I lost my card. I mean, like, so it's somewhere in the house, but I don't know where is it. So in a sense, it's forcing yourself to put in the savings account. Because in a sense, this bank is one of the better ones for students. Because we don't have to fulfill any criteria to get 2% per annum interest for the money put inside. And then what I do is I just don't spend it. So I won't even see. I don't even download the Digi app. So I just transfer over and then just leave it there. So every month, if let's say for example you have 3K, so even, for example you have 3K, then you just allocate maybe 20% to your savings. So every month before you even before you even spend, the money that you get for saving just transfer over and don't touch it. Yeah. Because you have your short term goals and all that to plan for. I mean, ultimately you have to look at the short term goals. Can you suddenly tell your wife or your future spouse that, hey, I signed no money to get married, can you wait for me to get money? Cannot be, man. So you really need to be stay disciplined on this. Yeah.
Alright, nice. Okay, we'll move on to the next question.
question.
Yep, Hafiz, go.
Should I be buying stocks now?
I would say it really depends on the level of knowledge and expertise that you have now. Because buying stocks, as good as the opportunity might sound, hearing from friends, families right now, you know, buying stocks or individual stocks is actually quite a risky thing to do, especially if you do not know like what's going on. So there's this method called the dollar cost averaging, which is to buy on like anything lah, maybe an index, unit trust, or even an individual stock, to buy periodically at a fixed, maybe every 15th of every month, the same amount of money for prolonged period of time, maybe 5, 10, 20 years, so that you don't time the market. Over the long run, due to like productivity and the debt cycle and whatnot, prices would tend to go up. So when by utilizing this method of dollar cost averaging, you don't time the market. You don't enter at the best or the worst time. You enter at a fixed interval so that over the long run, you will get steady and consistent gains on your capital. So to answer that, it really depends on your personal and current situation, and like what we have mentioned, it's always best to ask your trusted financial advisor.
Or do your own due diligence.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question will be: investing seems pretty daunting to first timers. How do I get started? Wow, it's a good question. Anyone care
I
to
would,
share?
I would say the learning curve is very, very, very steep, especially for first timers. So I think if a first timer, first is to really find a financial advisor to really guide you through all the investment that are out there. If not, it's really to surround yourself with people who invest. So you can get like small tips here and there. They're not that good. There's always Google, there's always books that teach you about investing and all that. So it's really up to you to how much you're not investing. But if you don't want to, then but you still want to invest, that's why there are financial advisors out there like us to help you get started without really knowing the full in depth of the investments that go down and all that. It's our job to let you know the concept and how it works to make it simplified for you. And then once you're agreeable with it, then we'll help you do the investments. If not, if you are talking about like in depth on like maybe ETFs, unit trusts and all that, then it's really up to you to find out people who dabbles in this stuff lah. Yeah.
All right, nice. So the next question is trading highly recommended now for growth of my wealth as share prices are dropping, etc., etc.?
I would say trading is a whole different thing from investing. So
Yeah.
so um maybe Jiajun or Jiajing can have a take on this.
I think
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay say what Jay first.
I think trading is more for like short-term gains. So there's actually a difference between like trading and investing. So when we are investing for long-term either capital growth or like for our dividends. Whereas for trading, it's really like for it to be exciting, it usually lasts in like days or maybe like a week. So I would say that trading highly recommended now. It depends on the level of knowledge and expertise, like what Javier has mentioned. If you have the crystal ball and if you think you have the crystal ball to really like dabble into trading, then go for it. But I think if as a starter or if you're just seeing the whole economy like you're just blindly following others, right? I would say that really take some time to understand more, either like talk to a professional, can be a financial advisor, can be someone, let's say, working in a bank, can be someone working in like hedge fund, like management companies, can be just your friends who like have experience in investments before really like going full force into like trading or even like going into investments just because like it's a new trend now. So I would say understand a bit more first, know what you are getting yourself into you really like before you really decide whether you want to do it now. Yep.
Okay. We have a good question now. So, is it realistic to be financially independent by 30 years old?
I think it depends on your personal definition of financial independence. If your financial independence is surviving on $500 a month, then okay, yeah. So it really depends. It depends on what kind of financial free like independence are you talking about? Is it like $5,000 a month, or is it like surviving on $1,000 a month? So I think you really need to sit down to calculate what's your shortfall to financial independence, and like sit down and do like a reality check to see whether you are even on track or it's even to be possible to be on track to financial independence. Only when you do like a comprehensive and like a financial robustness test, right, then you'll know whether you can be whether it is realistic to reach that goal. Otherwise, otherwise gets like find a job that pays you a bit better.
True, true. All
Yeah.
right,
Being a
we'll move on
financial
to the
advisor,
next.
guys.
Okay, we'll
Alright,
move
so
on
the
to the next
question
question.
is
Best book for learning about managing personal services, finances.
Best book. I think for me would be this Singaporean book called Money Smart. I have it. As in, it's quite relative to Singapore's context. So it's this book. And I'm not advertising. I don't do this book. No. Yeah. So I think it's a book that helps you in relative to Singapore's context. So there are books like Rich Dad Poor Dad or Think Rich Go Rich kind of books. Like they are more relative to other like maybe US and all that. But if you really want to know, like you want to relate to Singapore's context, then I think that would be quite a good book to start. I'm not sure about them. I'm sure they have read other books also. Yeah.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I think Rich Dad Poor Dad is a very typical book to recommend, and there's a reason why it's so. Yeah, it's a really good book that you should totally check it out.
Nice.
Yep, I think one book that I read was this Lorna Tan's Retire Smart. Yeah, it's actually a Singaporean writer. So, I mean,
Same, same.
author. So, yeah, Retire Smart. So it's a yellow covered book. So you all can check that out also. Yep.
It's
All
just the
right,
same
so we'll move
same
on.
author. My money.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I think this online is really someone to look up to.
so next question would be I prefer investments that I can set and forget that are low maintenance. What to go for?
There's basically two kinds of investments. There's what we call like active investment and passive investment. Active meaning you have to be active on your end to really like actively buy and sell, read out on the markets and things like that. So if I'm assuming the person is not the active kind, so if you are someone who really like don't want to like think about it, you can go for the more passive ones. Examples are like ETFs or robo-advisor, unit trust, things like that. There are a lot of instruments out there that you can look into. Specifically, there's this few like ETF, robo-advisor, unit trust, and also hedge funds. These are some passive instruments that you guys can look at.
Alright,
I
nice.
slightly disagree. I would say hedge funds are slightly geared towards more high risk returns, so it might not be as suitable as compared to unit trust. That's my opinion. Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
the three
Actually,
mentioned ones are
yeah. ETF robo unit trust. I think you can look towards bonds and REITs also. I think ultimately most of them are really just you save it aside, then you wait for like coupons or whatsoever. So different investments have really different ways of using it. Some of them gives you like dividends, some of them gives you like capital growth and all that. So it really depends. Yeah. But most of them are low maintenance unless you're trading from day to day trade. In a sense, yeah.
Okay. So our next
Nice.
question is
How
our next
FA
question.
advertise their services?
How do financial advisors advertise their services?
This question is like asking like
Instagram.
how a business like do their marketing. I mean, it's the same thing. Like there's like social media, there's Facebook, there's like like B2B, there's B2C. So I think you can just think of like FA as like a business itself. Like we are just like a business entity. How we market is just either like B2B or B2C. It can be through the corporate side, it can be like personal, it can be through like social media like Facebook, Instagram, or any like co ads. Yeah, like yeah, correct. So ads that you can run and things like that. So these are the places that we can advertise our services, I guess.
All right, let's move on to the next question. So, what is your favorite place for meeting your clients and why?
Tampines one.
I I like to meet them at their house. Yeah.
Interesting.
So correct, because it's very comfortable for them. So because mainly I work with like young graduates and like maybe their parents. So I think yeah, I think it's a good way to really like connect with like their family also, so that they know that their like the kids like financial advisor is not like some alien or like a being, you know. Yeah, so I like to meet I like to meet my clients at like their house, especially when I have a lot of like clients staying around me. So I think yeah, and I also like to meet my clients in office because it really like builds like the credentials that we have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The view very nice also. I also can come and see. Yeah. Next section.
All right, Hafiz.
Why do
Oh.
you all DM on IG asking if we're friends, then turn our relationship transactional? Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't, to that person I don't know.
My feelings.
I don't know what. I think it really depends on the financial advisor that spoke to you. I mean, as much as we want to say that we are not all not like that, there are definitely people out there who are like that. Yeah. So I mean, same as any other industry, that many people are different. So if there are the kind of people that they are really, they say that you are friends and then turn your relationship transactional, then I think just don't take it to heart. I mean, technically they're still doing business, but they are trying to live also. So I think what you can do is just really leave it and find someone that actually you really want to live with. Yeah. So if you know that they're not genuine in being your friends, then don't get hurt lah. I mean, why if it's not a friend, why would you be hurt? You know? Just let me, yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're going on to our last Instagram question, and then after this, we'll be moving on to the Facebook questions and online questions. So if you guys listening have any questions to ask, remember to ask on Facebook. All right, so moving on to the next Instagram, or the last Instagram question for today. Do you feel more productive at home or at the office?
I personally like going to the office. Yeah. I'm a bit weird, but
7-Eleven.
I think office like gives like a very community kind of like vibe whereby you go there, you know, like your comrades are with you. Any like questions that you don't know, you can just like turn to someone and like, hey, do you know like ABC? Like, how am I gonna do it? So I think going to office builds like this like bond that we have, like this like face to face personal touch kind of thing. But home, I would say that it's more productive in a way that because of the traveling time. Yeah, but if we take like traveling time aside and things like that, I would say that I prefer to work in the office. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, nice. So let's move on to the next question. What should I do with money now? With money now, is it better to have them in cash or in the bank or to buy gold?
Also extreme, from cash to bank to
Yeah,
buy
I
gold.
know.
Yeah, I'll say it really depends on your financial situation that you are currently in right now, because as 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 like many people say, like, don't leave it in cash, don't leave it in cash, but you do have to have a minimum amount of liquid cash, for any emergency users, like between jobs, if you get retrenched, family or friends borrowing money from you, these kind of things. So you evaluate how much you have and how much you need, the amount of expenses that you need, maybe that could last you for 4 to 6 months, and the excess cash that you have, then you could better allocate them to instruments that can give you better returns, like bonds, unit trusts, or if you're adventurous, maybe even hedge funds, this kind of instruments that could give you better returns over the long run. So if you were to ask between the three, I would say
Cash.
uh you could do many things in a bank, and you could also consider buying gold as well, but gold right now I wouldn't recommend it as of now.
All right. So next question: what happens to my business if you are gone?
What business?
I think the plans lah.
The policies are.
Uh,
You usually we will like allocate someone else to take over in a sense. So there will always be someone that will be in touch with you, even if we are gone. So,
So I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
So
okay.
the policy still remains as it is.
mm,
All
So
right.
okay, maybe I explain a bit more. So for example, I think because this is probably a lot of on a lot of like consumers' mind, like what if like my FA like maybe die or like leave the business or like never do well. So when that happens, right, the policy like what Javier said will still remain with okay, let's say for example if you have a policy with Prudential, your policy with Prudential will still hold. It's just who becomes the servicing agent. So let's say if there's no servicing agent, your case will be court orphan policy, which means that any like financial advisor can actually like opt to like take your policies, or like you can actually choose to transfer your policy to another prudential advisor whom you know or whom you trust more. That can happen also. So anytime you want to like switch your FAs is totally all right. Yeah, so if your financial advisor leave, just remember to find, let's say, like another prudential advisor that you are comfortable with doing business to take on the policies. Otherwise, usually in a company base, right? For example, for AAG, someone in AAG or in the team, right, will actually take over your policy. Yeah, so it's good to check with. So on the consumer's end, right, actually it's good to check with the FA, like what are the steps or what will happen if you happen to leave. I don't think it's a bad question to ask. It's just like what happens like if something happens to you, what will happen to my policy? I think it's a good question to ask your FA. Yep.
Okay. Next question. How are you paid?
commissions.
I guess yeah, commissions. We've spoke a little bit about that. Maybe we can jump to the next question, which is, should I start investing during the COVID-19 period?
You should start investing now. There's no definite answer. There's no definite answer. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I think you should
I mean,
invest whenever
there's
you're.
no best time. There's no best time to start.
Yeah,
The best time is always 30 years ago, 100 years ago. So the next best time
12,
is,
12,
you
no,
know,
12
now.
years ago.
All right.
Well,
Wow,
Hafiz
so
is
the
face
next
looking good.
question.
Wow.
Oh, hey, thanks. Normal. All right. So the next question is: will I be working
With
with
you.
you on a long-term basis?
Who is the you, yeah?
Maybe
I
a
think
financial advisor.
with
Yeah. Is it?
financial advisors. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's a bit okay. The question is a bit I would say I don't know how to answer. It's like a marriage. Like, am I gonna be with
Yes.
you forever? The answer is I don't know. Like, I hope I will, but I don't know. Yeah, so that's my answer to that.
I think, yeah.
All
How
right.
many
Next
clients?
question. How many clients do you have? We kind of answered it just now already. So maybe we can just give a short one-liner to that question.
Jega or DJ?
Jia
Just enough to survive.
Okay.
I think like yeah, Javis said it's about 50 clients a year lah. Yeah,
Mm.
just now. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe move on to the next one. So how long have he or she been practicing?
Practicing as in?
Practicing
I guess,
financial advisory.
financial advisor. Yeah.
On my second year right now.
Yep. I joined in late 2018, so about like 1.5 years, close to 1.5 years.
Wow. March 1st, so 2 months.
Okay.
But it's not about the quantity, it's about quality.
Yes, that's right.
If I could only own one insurance product, what should that be?
Definitely critical illness. For me
Hospitalization
lah.
plan for sure.
Oh yeah, sick of hospital. Yeah. But that one given one, nowhere. Okay, fine. Hospitalization.
Yeah, your integrated shield plan. Yeah.
You should have more than one.
Yes. Integrated a rider then plus
Insurance
CI.
products. What
Okay.
insurance products have
Quite
you
a few.
bought for yourself?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Life plan.
Um.
Early critical. Wait,
Alright.
are we still continuing?
Do you want the specifics? Like, what exactly do we have? Or
Yeah.
okay,
Maybe we could
I mean, if
go
you
into
want to
it. Yeah.
share,
If you want to share.
yeah, but
yeah, I
Okay,
think
Okay,
people are
summary.
for me, I
curious.
have a hospitalization plan, like the integrated shield plan plus the riders plus a life plan that consists of critical illness coverage as well as early critical illness coverage, uh, a life endowment, and one ILP, which is an investment linked policy as well.
Yep. For me, I have two whole life plans. I have two whole life plans which covers my life and also my early and late critical illness. I have term plan. I have hospital plan that covers up to private panel, and I also have accident plan and also investment plan. Yep, correct.
Okay. Because we're running short of time, maybe we should just move on
Yeah.
to the next. Maybe Javier can answer this, or Jiaqun. So
Just so you can
ask.
understand.
Is it what?
Ask him or
What?
her
What?
to describe his
Jiaqun.
or her ideal client.
Ideal client. I think basically an ideal client is just someone that really trusts in us and also are willing to be more than just like business transactions. So like we can be friends, you know. I mean, I have a few friends that are quite close, and I'm also their financial advisor. So I think that's the fun part is that when we talk about business, we talk about business. Then if not, then we can go and have fun. Yeah. So I think that's one of my ideal clients because I know I have one client that legit is because I went like clubbing with him. Then I like, then he asked me if he was drunk, you know, and then after he became my client. So I think that's one of the yeah. That's the ideal client like you can live life together with and you also help him with and do a business with. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Let's move on to the next question, which is
Where do you see yourself in 3 or 5 years? Maybe Jiaqing, you can answer this. Jiaqing or
Me?
Javier.
Okay,
Who wants to answer
I
it?
still yeah, oh, okay. I'll take the question then. I still see myself
Okay.
here as a financial advisor, probably like leading my own team. So now I'm about at least 1 year in. So I'm actually like bringing like-minded like individuals into the business also to have fun together and like help our friends and family do their planning together also. So fast forward to 3 to 5 years, I'll still be here. Maybe like have more friends together on board with me and to plan for our clients together lor. Yep.
all right. So next question: what keeps you going in this demanding, challenging, and ever-changing business?
I think Javier can take that.
Okay. I mean, in life, nothing is smooth sailing, right? Everything you do, there would be obstacles, there will be like challenges faced. So it's true to everything in life, including like the financial advisory business. You just have to you have low months, uh, but you just have to push yourself forward. Motivate yourself, surround yourself with like-minded individuals, motivated individuals, clients that are appreciative of what you've done for them, and things like that really push you forward in not just in this business but in every aspect of life.
Nice. Okay. Next question: what must clients prepare before meeting with you?
Um, definitely an open mind. and willing to learn. I mean, ultimately, if you come to meet us knowing that we are just trying to sell you something to benefit us, then that's not what we should. Even that's not why we shouldn't meet in the first place. It's more of like you really need our help, then we will tell you whatever. So it's basically to build a trust. If you're going there, if you're going to meet us with the mindset that you're not going to take away anything, then yeah. So ultimately it's really your mindset. Just prepare an open mindset and be willing to learn. That's all. Yeah. There's no obligations to
Alright.
do anything with us.
Very true. Okay, next question is
What can a
What can
normal
what?
person do during
Normal
this
person.
COVID?
COVID-19
Normal.
period to start investing.
I like how you say normal person.
I think we kind of answered like all this. It really depends.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have to clarify why do we keep saying like it depends. For example, if you are going to a doctor and you just tell a doctor, oh, I have like cough, then the doctor will be like, okay, like the doctor needs to like, like listen to your heartbeat or like don't know whatsoever thing before like the doctor can tell you is it really cough or is it like TB or is it like you have to go to like NUH to like have further checkup. So it depends because it's a very general question. You really need to sit down together with an advisor or at least like sit down alone to analyze your own situation before like we can give like a proper like solution. If not, you are just going to like a pharmacist. You tell the pharmacist, okay, I want vitamin C. Then the pharmacist will just give you a vitamin C, which is totally not not what we are trying to do, like product selling. So that's why a
Yeah,
lot of
we are
answers are like it
focused.
depends, it depends, it depends. Yeah.
Alright. So now we're moving into all the Facebook questions. And the next question from Facebook is which companies are
Which
you all from? So we kind of
Tianjun and
answered
Prudential.
that
I
a
are
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tianjun and I are from AIA. Jerry is from Prudential. Yeah.
Alright. Now let's move on to the next question.
Javier.
How much
how much
does
does it
how much
cost?
time wait, how much
How
does
much
it
does it
cost to work
cost to
with
work
a
with a
financial?
financial advisor?
I mean, in
How
terms of
much can you afford?
upfront costs, as Jia Jing mentioned, that there's no cost. It's all through commission based.
It costs time.
And yes, no, I think also we will make sure that when you like get any policy from us, you won't be a very substantial amount of your income, so you can still hit your short term goals and still can live life like a normal person. Yeah, it's just that if there's some money that we set aside to really ensure that you don't become broke or go into debt. Yeah. So that's our job to analyze for you before we know how much you get.
Alright, next question is any advice for people who want to be a financial advisors? Any tips?
Uh,
It's a tough and long journey lah. So it's
it's
not
a
going
it's
to be
a it's a very
easy.
emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's like starting your own business. It's
Mm.
definitely not going to be easy, and you have to put in the time, the effort, the money
He's gonna
to
cry.
put it through lah. Yeah,
It's a very emotional business.
yeah. If you're
And
going in
then
as
Coming
a
from the
with the
guys, coming
mindset
from the
of being
guys.
a
I think for Shine, we can just say that when you are becoming a financial advisor, even if they don't want to do anything with you, you must not take it personally. They just don't need the product. Then they don't reject you personally as a person. So when you go in, you really have the mindset to be right. Yeah.
Right. So there's this question about what do you say about
Wow.
investing in cryptocurrency?
I don't.
Uh,
it really depends on which side of it are you on. But
mm,
personally, I'm quite neutral about crypto. But there are two sides of it lah. Many pro, many cons, and if you ask me, you shouldn't put all your eggs into crypto. Maybe if you are
yes.
very adventurous, you can put some. But if you are risk averse, I would say just avoid it. Lor.
Yeah, I think the one thing about investing in like crypto and all this very high volatility product is that you must be able to set aside an amount that when you lose it totally, for example, you won't lose your sleep. Yeah, so maybe like one night I lose 400 to 1K, like okay, never mind, because you can try to. Yeah, I think that's the main gist about in trading lah. Yeah, you don't trade something like, I think there was one person that I think it was previous webinar they talk about investing their wedding money. Then we just like, I don't think you should do that lah. Yeah, correct. So it's
Alright,
basically just money that you don't need.
next question. Do you personally invest in Bitcoin?
Yes, I do. This is
Not for
my
me. Wow, he's ready. He's
Bitcoin.
ready.
Oh wow.
Must be,
3,500. 3.572.
Wow.
wow.
pesos.
What is
What is
your
my
investment
philosophy?
philosophy?
I think Xiaxun can answer this. This is Xiaxun's friend.
Hey, you say your friend also. Okay. As what I said before, I think investment should always, the same as philosophy, is always diversified portfolio and always be a side of income that you really don't need to see in like few 10 to 20 years long term. Then trading wise should always be like something that you don't mind losing and not lose sleep. But ultimately, don't compromise your short term goals and don't compromise your living and expense standards. Unless you tell me you eat maybe $3 a meal, then the kind of okay, that one you need to compromise. But if you're already eating like chicken rice every day and you still want to invest, eat lesser, then I think that's a problem. Yeah. So always save money for
And I
yourself.
also I want to add on that, there are things like robo advisor these days, but what many people lack is actually the mindset of investing. When things are going well, they want to keep their money as long as possible. But when things are going bad, that's when they want to withdraw as soon as possible. And I think that's not the right mindset to have when we are investing. The goal of investing is to have substantial gains in the long run, not just 1 year, 2 years, could be 10, 20, 30 years, when you can actually see the fruits, the reap the fruits of your rewards. So I'll say you have to have a strong mindset when you want to invest lah.
All right. We move
Alright,
on
so
to the
the
next question.
question.
Do you think Singaporeans are planning their finances well enough?
No.
In my personal opinion, and from what I hear from friends that are relationship managers in the bank, is that many of them are leaving a lot of money as liquid cash in the bank, and they are losing a lot out on the opportunity cost. There can be aunties in their 50s, 60s earning $2,000-3,000 with over 500,000 in the bank. So they are losing out a lot in terms of what they could have done better with their money. So I'll say just always keep an open mind. Never be overconfident as to what you have or what you have done with your money. Not just with money lah, with many things in life. So seek many opinions, and read up more, and you can learn more lah.
What
Okay.
age should I start getting a financial advisor? I just started working about 1 year ago.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah,
As in,
actually the
yeah.
legal age to get it when you have to sign it yourself is 16 years old. So that's at as early as you could decide it for yourself. But you mean in terms of suitable timing, there's no right or wrong time. Maybe if you started full-time work at 15, you could get it as soon as 16, 15, 16. But if you start work late, then so it really depends. There's no best time, but the best time is just as soon as possible when you are ready to to start this journey on managing your finances.
Okay, so now we're gonna get you guys to react to one meme that our colleague behind the scenes have created. So, what do you guys think of this? Any opinions on it? Do share with us.
And it's okay lah. I've seen like funnier ones.
Why?
Ooh.
Why? So yeah. Okay, I think it's quite true. It's quite true.
It is.
Why I think I do. We are Wonder Woman.
Alright. So I think we learned a lot of things today, especially me and Tiffany, because we both have no idea
We're
what
clueless.
finance is all about. Yeah, like Justin said, we are the artsy people, so we're not good in
Yes.
numbers. So thank you for
Yes.
actually educating us a bit
And
on
sharing with us.
you.
finances and as well as your job scope, because I think we learned a bit more, and I'm actually more inclined to actually think about financial stuff.
Yes.
My
I
finance
might
in the
ask my
future.
parents what insurance plans I have. So, yeah, that's a good step in the right direction. Thank you guys for joining
Yeah,
us
so-
today on the Lifeguide show, on the first episode of
If you
being
have
a
any
financial
questions
advisor in
at all,
Singapore.
If you have any
Yes.
questions at all, please do contact Chia Ching, or Javier
Maybe.
in their own accounts on Instagram or with their contacts. All right,
Yes.
that's
Hit
all
them
for
up.
today. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.